O Show. This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
When protecting your family is your priority, there's nothing more important than a roof above the people you love. Call Tommy B. Butts Jr. Enterprises.com, 954-735-9826 or 954-394-1411 and ask to speak to Tommy, the owner. They specialize in all kinds of roofs, led by their highly crafted, skilled, and professional roof mechanics. All of their previous customers have an opportunity to enter their bi-weekly drawings to receive free an exterior impact metal door. Please call for more details. That's Tommy B. Butts Jr. Enterprises.com, 954-735-9826 or 954-394-1411. Trust Tommy to fortify and protect what's most important to you, your family. Welton Rayom has more than 62 years of litigation experience handling insurance disputes. They're committed to resolving even the toughest insurance claims quickly. Call them for a free consultation. 954-966-4646. At Welton Rayom, they don't get paid unless you win. Property damage claims to your home, business, or condo as a result of a hurricane, Welton Rayom can help. Water, mold, fire, smoke damage, Welton Rayom can help. Call 954-966-4646.
Why is it that you get locked out in the worst moments of your life?
Where are my car keys?
Man, I can't find my house keys.
In those frustrating moments, you need a locksmith you can count on. A. Lenny Locksmiths in South Florida, from Miami to Port St. Lucie. In Central Florida, A. Lenny locks it down in Orlando and Tampa Bay. Lockouts or lock changes for home or business. Car key replacements and programming all model cars. 24-hour service. Call them at 855-869-5625. Go to the website at alennylocksmith.com.
Oh, great. You have a doorbell camera. Now you have a front row seat to your house getting robbed.
They're breaking into my house!
Ooh, there goes the TV. I'm sure it'll turn up at the pawn shop.
No, not the TV!
Just because you can see them, that doesn't mean you can stop them. With Slogans, you get 24-hour monitoring, a free home security system, and professional installation. Plus, free doorbell camera, one that'll actually work for you.
Get out of my house!
Get out of the house! Call 1-800-ALARM-ME.
When you move, you need a reliable company led by passionate folks, eager to assist its customers during a transitional process that needs to be smooth. Call Essential Moving Experts at 844-368-5750 for all your local and long-distance moving needs. You can rely on Essential Moving Experts. Mention the Big O Show and get $150 off. Family owned and operated, they offer free 30-day storage, full-service moving, fully licensed, bonded, and insured. Moving was never so easy. EssentialMovingExperts.com.
Welcome to Red Light Therapy, a revolutionary technology perfected by NASA to aid in muscle strengthening and recovery. Red and infrared light has the capacity to penetrate deep into the cell's mitochondria, potentially leading to increased energy, faster recovery, and the optimal performance your body demands. Train, fight, recover.
Sports Grill on Bird Road, Miami Lakes, and their newest location in Doral is now hiring. If you're looking to join a great company and South Florida institution, give them a ring or drop an email. Sports Grill is hiring all kinds of positions from hostess to servers, bartenders, or join the kitchen staff to craft some great food for their amazing customers. Please send your resume to m.cruz@sportsgrillmiami.com or call 305-219-5726. That's 305-219-5726. Sports Grill. Good food, good drink, good friends. The viewpoint statements or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website.
The Big O Radio Show is brought to you by Caneswear. Go to Caneswear.com, where all orders over $99 get free shipping. Sloman's Total Home Security. Protect your home with the best in the business. 1-800-ALARM-ME for the company serving America for nearly 100 years. 1-800-ALARM-ME. Tommy B. Butts Junior Enterprises.com. Licensed roofing contractor. 100% financing is available. Go to Tommy B. Butts Junior Enterprises.com.
When it comes to South Florida sports teams, very few in the media have witnessed, lived, and covered it like the Big O. Let's start the program dedicated to your favorite South Florida teams with a passion that's unmatched. The Big O Radio Show is on. Here's the Big O.
Alrighty. Yes, sir. Welcome aboard to beautiful Flagler Beach. Yeah. We are here. We made it. We got here last night. We're enjoying ourselves. You enjoying yourself, Sean? You good? You good? Okay. All right. There we go. I think they're having a hard time seeing me, huh? Is that what it is? Because I'm looking at the screen here, and because of the light behind me, right? There's no light. Yes, exactly. Yes. We don't have a light. So we will try to we will fix the lighting here. We will figure things out as we're in Tortugas. Yeah, we figure with the whole thing. So we have to raise the tent again. Is that what you're saying? All right. So in the next half hour, we'll raise the tent and we'll let some light in. Once that damn sun is not, on our backs, because that's one of the things that we were. I didn't want to sizzle here for the first couple of hours. I actually got here and I went right to the car and I sat down after I set up, because if not, I had just showered and I was like, well, wait a minute, I'm not really into taking the second shower yet. You know what I mean? I'll wait till later on tonight to take the second shower, not this moment. And so, it's all good. The great Eddie Lepp is in the house, the man that made it happen here. Yes, sir. And those of you slackers that live and work in this area, Sean Williams, by the way, not a slacker, but one of our great sponsors, Essential Moving Experts. Talk to him. He's going to come by. I think he may come by tomorrow, actually. May try to come today, but if not tomorrow. But any of you slackers out there that, see, Eddie came out. Eddie not only made this happen, but then he also comes out to hang out with us. So that's a beautiful thing. Brought his coffee and everything. He was ready to go this morning. You got to love that. So those of you that are out there, you said, oh, you're going to come by and say hi. Well, I'm expecting you guys over the next couple of days to come by and say hi. We'll be here today. We'll be here tomorrow. We'll be here all weekend. And we'll be here Monday. By the way, I got terrible news on the way up. Terrible news. Interrupters got canceled for Sunday, my concert. Like, I'm pissed. COVID, by the way.
You're not having good luck with that.
Well, not only that.
Vegas is the same thing.
There's 4 bands. They're the only band that ended up getting COVID. Flogging Mollies, the Skints, and Tiger something. All 3 of the other bands are going to play, except for my Interrupters, which is the main reason why I was going.
You have no luck with that. That's funny. Because we went to Vegas, the same thing. You're going to go to a concert.
Kansas.
Yeah. And then they got COVID.
Yep. And they got COVID.
I think you're the jinx.
I could be. I could be.
Was there anybody else going to Vegas to see Kansas and then to the Interrupters, and then both of them end up with COVID?
No.
It's you.
No, just me. You're right. You're right. Although I did get to see. No, but wait a minute. Hold on a second. That's not fair. That's not fair. Because
How was that?
Biffy Clyro is one of my favorite bands.
Okay.
And I went to see him also while I was in Vegas. Right? It's a great concert. Loved it. Well, guess what? They had canceled the concert before in Phoenix, and they ended up canceling the concert after in Los Angeles. They did the San Diego and not the Los Angeles one. Or maybe they did the Los Angeles and canceled the San Diego. I don't know. Either way, they canceled one of the two after my show in Vegas. So they did the show in Vegas for me.
Okay, so we're doing Major League Baseball stats. You're batting .333.
Oh, I'm a
Hall
of Famer.
That's a Hall of Famer in baseball.
I'm a Hall of Famer, bro.
But if you shoot 30% from the field.
Now, I didn't do this, okay? When I was coming up here, I didn't bother looking to see if there were any other concerts. Tonight is Sheryl Crow.
Look at you. You going, aren't you?
All you want to do is have some fun.
Where's that at?
That is at the, is it the Jacksonville Amphitheater? I think it's called.
That's not too far, right?
No, it's like 75 miles away. It's nothing. It's a little over an hour drive.
Yeah.
And then the Black Crowes are here also on Saturday.
Oh, so which one are you going to do? Are you going to do both?
I'm doing both.
Oh, okay. All right.
I might go tonight to Sheryl Crow and then definitely
Black Crowes on Saturday.
I got to go see the Black Crowes.
Yeah.
That's a great show, dude. So I actually get to see, I get to rock out anyway.
Look at you, man.
How about that?
Got to find the silver lining.
Exactly. You know me. I mean, it's life can kick me in the ass, but one way or another, I'm going to kick it right back in the ass. It's just that's the way it is.
Life will kick you like a lemon, but you make lemonade.
Damn right.
There
Always.
you go.
Always. You know how it is here. We all we do is overcome. Weapon X United. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you. Says, and he gives us some love in the super chat. He says, looking good, Big O. Love the ocean in the background. Dee and Weapon X chiming in from Atlanta. Thank you.
Nelson Alfonso.
Yeah, what did he say? What shot is he taking?
But Tortuga is not a sporting event. Don't get why you're there. It's the name of the restaurant that we're at.
Yeah. Tortugas.
It's called Tortugas. It's located in Flagler Beach, and we're broadcasting live.
Sponsor.
From there. It's not the Tortuga Music Festival we're at.
No. Oh, yeah, the Tortugas. Yeah, that's right. But that's more country.
It's Tortuga Music Festival. It's country and pop.
Yeah, I actually want to go to Tortugas one day. I haven't been to that yet. I haven't experienced the Tortugas Festival yet. I'd like to check it out. How am I going to Motley Crue tonight, Robert? I am in Flagler Beach. I'm up in Daytona, my brother. And I'm not going to – I wouldn't go to Motley Crue anyways because – Vince can't sing. I've seen Motley, 20 times, dude, since back when Vince could sing all the way to the 80s. So he hasn't been able to sing for 15 years now, man. So, but the good thing is you'll see Leopard. Leopard still sounds good. Joe Elliott still sounds great. The band's tight. Joan Jett's lost her fastball. But, I mean, the woman's 70 years old, so you can't expect her to have the power in her voice like she had for her kind of music. Poison still sounds good. They're a fun band. The Crew will sound good, the band, but, Vince is stealing money. So, I hope you're not expecting, like, this amazing performance and falsettos from Vince Neil. Let's see. What else do we have here? The outdoors, not a sporting event. Come on. There you go.
See the spread they set up for us over there, by the way?
Really? Is that's crazy. That's a spread for the whole restaurant, not for us.
No, that's for us.
Man.
Paul rolled it out.
Paul is amazing.
Yep.
I tell you. These guys.
He wasn't sure what our drinking policy was, so he threw some Coronas and some other stuff in there just in case. He's like, I'm not sure what you're drinking policy is on the show.
I mean, listen, I can't say enough about the guys. They Scott Fox here and Paul, they have just been absolutely amazing and rolling out the red carpet for us. We really appreciate it, man.
And Too Extreme, we know about the lighting, but we had to go inside or else we would have roasted marshmallows out here.
Yeah, exactly. We'll fix the lighting now. We'll
So we're slowly getting in the shade a little bit more.
Yeah, and one of the commercial breaks, we'll start raising the tent again and see if
we'll see. And then I'll start playing with the lighting a little bit better as we get more room.
Yeah. By the way, I mean, seriously, do you really want to see my face? Not really. So it's not. This is kind of a blessing in disguise, or actually a blessing that's clearly obvious. So you're all good. Devin Jordan says, good morning. I see you chilling on the beach today, listening to you from Atlanta and delivering these packages for UPS. Yeah, baby. Devin, yeah. What can Brown do for you? Devin, thank you for listening to the show and always supporting it out there, man. Appreciate you. Mark says, hello from Port Charlotte, Florida. There you go. Let's see. What's the weed policy? I don't know. What weed policy? Light it up, bro. We're out here in the open. I don't think they're going to say anything. Come on by. You can sit behind us and spark it up, dude. It's 4:20 somewhere. Or, well, it's 10:11, but in 9 minutes, it'll be 10:20. That makes it 4:20 somewhere. So you can sit back here, and you know what? We've never had a show where there's a smoke machine. So you guys can come on over, spark it up, and be our human smoke machines. I have no problem with that. I've been getting high from secondhanded smoke at the Hollywood Sportatorium since the 80s. So it's all good. We need to see your beautiful big O face. Yeah, that's being really nice. But thank you. The Greater Good says, hi, my name's Nelson Alfonso. My life's mission is to pee into the wind. Oh, you are in full-blown informant mode. Just muffle your voice and tell us where the bodies are burnt. Yeah, I can actually admit that I like Frosted Flakes and you can't see my face. That's a beauty right there. They're great. I can do it. By the way, the Celtics did it last night. They showed up. And we nailed it again in our liquor split matchup of the night. We told you. Go Warriors all the way. Take the points. I'm telling you, I think I've lost like 80% or 90% of the liquor splits in the last like 3 weeks or 4 weeks or something. It's been, if you've been going against my picks, you're making a boatload of money. Okay? A boatload of money. By the way, have you noticed how Chainlink has exploded? Man, I got to tell you, this is why you got to, I didn't expect altcoins to bounce because, Ethereum and Bitcoin, they've been trading sideways. But I loaded up on Chainlink when it got down into the $6 area, and I'm seeing it now in the $9 area. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Chainlink, man. I woke up this morning, I saw it, and I was like, holy moly. It's at 9:15 right now. 9:36, I'm sorry. It is climbing since I last actually went up to 9:55, but it's at 9:35 right now. That is crazy. We got in on it at 680. And I'm shocked. I am shocked because Bitcoin right now is at 30,000. It's been right where it's been at for the last several weeks. Ethereum is at 1793, which is just an amazing buying zone for it. But most of the other altcoins really aren't moving that much. Ada moved a little bit. It moved into the 60-cent range, 64. But those of you that got into chain link like I did, you are loving it right now because it's at 936, and it's going to explode. It's going to explode. It's one of the ones that once this whole thing boils over, and for the people that think that it's about to explode, I just don't think so. It'll be after the summer, later on in the year, I think, is when things will start to get better. That's for sure. But wow, I was impressed with Chainlink. Pipe Man Slim says, Big O living large. Well, you know what we are? We're living blessed. We have the best listeners all over the world. We have incredible sponsors. We have been able to gather up a collection of insiders to put together a terrific show. I just feel blessed to be able to do this every day. And think about this. In the last year here, well, not even year, but the show has broadcasted from New York, which with the great people at Sloman's, and also at Slattery's, Dolphin fans that we hung out with at Slattery's. We broadcasted from Las Vegas, from Tommy Rockers, where we hung out with a lot of Dolphin fans that came by. By the way, all the Dolphin fans that came by to Tommy Rockers, and I know a bunch of others that could not go, but were in Vegas and sent me all kinds of notes like, "Hey, I wish I could have seen you. Thank you," and this, that. And then now we're here in Flagler Beach again, a Dolphin bar, by the way, a Canes bar. Yeah, they got the big ass Canes and Dolphins flags out here, already meeting Dolphin fans like the great Eddie Lepp. By the way, Eddie, I have that same shirt. That shirt that you have, that is the computer bits of the. Yeah, in fact, a former producer of mine, Brandon Rodriguez, great human being, he gave me that shirt. I still have that shirt. I still wear it. And thank you, Brandon, for the shirt. So when I saw Eddie with that shirt, I go, I have that shirt. It's a cool shirt. Big O getting excited for the World Cup. Go Netherlands. Yeah, baby. Of course. Be fun. I mean, maybe not for our U.S. team, but, although I will say I'm looking forward to these young guys. I'm not saying they're going to win anything, but they might make a little noise, So, yeah.
Their draw wasn't that bad, was it?
Huh?
Their draw wasn't that bad for the World Cup.
No. But they're young, so we'll see, how everything works out. At least I know that Pulisic won't be complaining about the crowds. Big O definitely right about having the best listeners. Hell yeah, dude. We have the best listeners on the planet. I've throughout my 32 years, that's something that I have to say I've always been blessed with. Is great support from the listeners. They've always been behind our show, and for that, I can't say enough, to be quite honest. So love you all out there, man. By the way, start sending some invites. Chang is next, and then Poopart, Marcel, and David for today, because I'm not in my regular mode, so I'm out of my rhythm.
You're on the beach, you're just in the mode,
Exactly. I'm in the beach. Give me a Corona.
You're too busy searching for concerts, weren't you?
Yes, exactly. That's true.
Say that one more time too.
Chang's next here. He's coming up. And then Poopart, Marcel, and Dwork. And for the lineup for today, Anthony Chang is joining us now at 10:20. Alan Poupart joins us in hour number 2 at 11:30. Marcel Louis Jacques at 12:30. And then at 1 o'clock, we will talk to the Dworkster, David Dwork, baby. How's that? 1 o'clock? Yep, 1 o'clock will be David Dwork. So we'll have some fun with David. Apparently, Chang already sent me an apology. He says he's a little bit under the weather, and it's going around. Oh, yeah, no, send it to him. Oh, no. He's just saying that he's going to sound a little rough. You know what I mean? Does anybody know a good Dolphin bar in Atlanta? That's what Rube P says. Lep is here. He says, you guys got to come out here. Beach in the back. Nice sea breeze. Big O and Sean. That's right. That's right. It is nice, by the way, right now. It isn't like too humid and sticky at this point in time. So that's actually pretty cool.
I'm actually cooling off. And for a big guy, that's tough.
Yeah, it's tough because you don't even cool off at 30 degrees.
No.
This is the only guy that walks around in New York in a T-shirt going, what cold weather?
Yes. I was in a tank top. Forget T-shirt.
Yeah. Yeah, I just noticed that we have the Dolphins and the Canes flags. They put them right behind us. I love that. I love that they moved it around. Yeah. How about that, huh? See, for those people that, and by the way, think about this. Dolphin bars are all over the world. Okay? I mean, everywhere. Have we developed like Heat bars? No, right? We haven't, right?
Nobody's really came at us and said, hey, you got to visit this Heat bar.
Right. Now, yet, Heat fans are in every road arena you go to.
Yes.
Okay?
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Every time I watch a Heat road game, there's always Heat fans. Now, think about this. The Dolphins haven't won anything significant since the 70s. So this is way before we developed Dolphin bars, way before we developed social media and everything else. Yet, I was at a Dolphin bar in Vegas. I was at a Dolphin bar in New York, and I'm at a Dolphin bar here in Daytona at Flagler Beach right now. And there are Dolphin bars all over the world. Yet the Heat are the team winning titles, the best team in town. We don't hear about Heat bars outside of South Florida. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of odd. Do they exist? Speaking of the Heat, I think some guy named Anthony Chang exists, and he's one of our great insiders here on the platform. Anthony Chang in our Liquor Split Miami Heat and NBA report. That's next.
Let's tap into the latest with the Miami Heat and our Liquor Split app Miami Heat reports with insider Anthony Chang. Liquor Split is Miami's own online liquor store. Download, then tap the app and get your favorite liquor delivered to you for just $2.99. No risk, no drinking and driving. Tap that app with Liquor Split. Here's Anthony Chang.
Hey, all right, Chankster, how you feeling, bro? Because you already said apologies and everything. Let's hear the voice.
I feel like I'm okay. I feel like I'm okay for right now.
Yeah, dude,
I can fight through it.
Okay, so how screwed up is that? In the last, 5 months here, I've broadcasted from a Dolphins bar in New York called Slattery's, and there's a couple of Dolphins bars in New York.
Mm-hmm.
Broadcasted from a Dolphins bar in Vegas, and I'm currently right now, as you can see behind me, the Dolphins and Canes flags. I'm in Daytona Beach right now at Flagler Beach, which is a little different than Daytona, and I'm at a Dolphins bar. How come because Heat fans are everywhere, dude.
Yeah.
Every road game you go to, have we developed Heat bars outside of South Florida like there are Dolphins bars?
Not that I've seen. And honestly, even in South Florida, is there a Heat bar?
I mean, they're all Heat bars.
Right. You know what I mean? Like, there's none like, right. But I'm saying
but they're
like,
not Dolphin bars either. Not considered Dolphin. They're South Florida bars. I'm not counting South Florida. You know what I mean?
Other cities, yeah.
Others like, dude, you can go to London, and there's a couple of Dolphin bars. Like they gather there for all the games.
It seems like it's more of a football. It seems like it's more of a football thing for sure. I mean, even down here, like you see Steelers bars, you see different teams bars in South Florida. You don't see those NBA teams. I don't know if it's because it's one game a week or what, and it's more of an event. Football's more of an event
because
thing.
There's 80 freaking two of them.
Exactly. So it's hard to bring out people to a bar for 82 games, right?
Yeah.
Maybe that's what it is. But yeah, it is, when you think about it, it is kind of strange. I mean, even college football there's a Gator bar down here. I'm a UF grad. There's, I'm an FSU grad.
This is a UM bar, and you know that everything here is Gators.
Right.
Like everybody that walks around here has to be Gators pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
And yet there they are waving the ibis, so that's pretty cool. So it's just, maybe it's a football thing, but it's kind of funny because the Heat is the only team winning anything in South Florida. So it's kind of odd.
They deserve one. They deserve a few. Yeah. And like you said, to your point.
That's my point that how do we not have Heat bars all over the world like we do
Right.
Dolphin bars? And by
And
the
to your
way,
point,
yeah. Great job by the Dolphin fans to have that kind of passion when you haven't won anything in so long. You know, I talk about these young Dolphin fans when I see the Dolphreakies of the world, and these are people that have never enjoyed any kind of good football from the Dolphins. Like, I'm old, so dude, I lived the 70s and I lived the Marino era. So like I got the best of everything. You know what I mean? So I know what I got to tell you, it's pretty amazing to see that kind of passion when the team really hasn't produced big. Yet the Heat, you know, like
different story.
And it's funny because Heat fans are strong, bro. Everywhere you go, every road game, they're always showing the Heat fans, and there's always a bunch of them wherever you go. They are impressive.
The last time the Dolphins won a playoff game, I was 11 years old.
Right. Yeah.
That's how long it's been. The Heat have won 3 titles in that time. Yeah.
Yeah. You're one of the youngins that doesn't know what real good Dolphins, because even winning that's not really good Dolphins football. That's
No, it was one round, and Lamar Smith, in overtime.
Yeah. It's nothing. It's one of those, lucky years that you put something together. You're good enough to win get in the playoffs or even win a game or whatever, and that's it. But it's crazy. I was just thinking about that because I'm sitting here going, this is our third Dolphin bar in 6 months that we're broadcasting from. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like I need to start broadcasting from Heat bars all over the world. You know what I mean?
And to your point, we were saying earlier, like you go to DC, you go to Atlanta, obviously Orlando, Charlotte, even Brooklyn and Madison Square Garden this season. There's loud "Let's Go Heat" chants
for sure
in those arenas. It is impressive. Pretty much everywhere you go on the East Coast, there is a strong Heat contingent at those.
Yes, that's why I asked that. They haven't gotten to the point where they're gathering at one place since they're on the road everywhere. If they live in New York, they can only see them a couple times a year. So outside of that, where are they gathering together, or are they just at home? I guess that's what it is. But it's very interesting. All right, what'd you think of last night?
I mean, it's kind of what I expected. I still feel, and I felt before that game, that the Boston's a better team. They're the younger team. They're the bigger team, the more athletic team. Obviously, Golden State has Steph Curry. They have the championship experience. But Boston is just, I think, they're the better team, and they should win this series. So kind of what I expected. We'll see. I'm sure Golden State will have a response in Game 4. But I really think that, Boston is the favorite here.
I would have disagreed with you, earlier, but it's just, and I've been one of those that I've been very doubtful of Tatum and Brown and this whole Celtic thing. We've been waiting for this forever, but they've arrived, bro. They've arrived, and you got to give them. And I still pick the Warriors in this series, and I still think they could win it. But man, you got to give the Celtics a lot of credit. Now, I think Game 4 is going to be really telling, because in a way, if you go back and if we're doing this whole thing of one team wins and then the other team wins and the other team wins and the other team, then you're not showing me that you're turning that corner yet, and you're still giving them life, because really the Celtics have an opportunity to go back to Golden State up 3-1 and put them in a corner that is almost impossible to get out of. So I'm going to be intrigued to see what Celtic team shows up. Is it the Celtic team that plays balls out, and even if they lose a close one, or is it one that, right from the get-go, Warriors take over and dominate the game, and then you're like, all right, here we go again. It's hard to get a feel for what the hell is going on.
Yeah. The Celtics I think they're very, very good, and they've shown that over the last 5 months of the season. They're a weird team. It's like one game, you're like, what are you doing? They have 22 turnovers, and they look bad. And then the other game, they look like the best team in the NBA, like last night, where, I don't know, last time I looked, they had like 10 turnovers in the fourth quarter, just entering the fourth quarter, the midway through the fourth quarter, and they were very, very good. So it's like, and it starts with Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, like you said, where they're kind of inconsistent, right? I mean, they're really good, 2 very, very good players, but they can have those games where they don't look like all-stars. But then the next game, they look like, 2 top 10 players in the NBA. So, it's a strange team, but I just think, you look at their defense, it's so incredibly good. We saw it here when they faced the Heat, and then their offense, when they can get in transition and force turnovers on the defensive end, they can score enough points to really, get past elite teams like Golden State.
What'd you think of, the whole Draymond Green type? Although, by the way, before we get into Draymond Green, I thought it was hilarious that the Warrior players or even the coach are talking about the Boston fans. And it's like, what world did you wake up in, dude? You went to Boston. You go to Boston,
Right.
you go to Philly. There are certain, even in Miami, we might whip out that lady with the middle finger at your ass. I mean, like, they acted like they were surprised that they were saying F the Warriors and this and that, and kids in the stands and all that. Well, then why'd you bring your kids? You should know it's a pro game. Football, baseball, basketball. They're all going to be screaming nasty stuff all the time. And especially in Boston, they acted like they were surprised the way they acted in Boston.
Yeah. No, it's not a great look for the fans, but I mean, yeah, it's not surprising when I heard it. Like, I've heard that many times before, especially in games like that in the finals where,
you've been there. You're hearing it live.
Yeah. I mean,
come on.
Boston and Philly. I mean, I was back-to-back series there. Those two cities are on another level when it comes to their atmosphere in those arenas. It is so incredibly loud. And I'm one to say I think FTX Arena doesn't get enough credit. I think Heat fans are pretty good, or good in that atmosphere in the playoffs when it's full. It's up there. But Boston and Philly, it's just another level. I mean, those two cities, and especially Boston, it's impressive how loud that arena and how avid those fans are. I remember Game 6 in Boston. Celtics are obviously up 3-2. They have a chance to close out that series. Everyone thought they were going to close out that series. That arena was full before the players even took the court for warmups. Like 30 minutes before the game, full, no one in their seats, everyone just ready to celebrate. Obviously, Jimmy Butler ended that party early, but it was just impressive to see, how early those fans got there, how into it they were 30 minutes before tip. You don't see that often.
That's like a Dodger or a Giants player or manager being freaked out that the fans got rowdy, and it's like, it's Dodgers Giants, dude.
Yeah.
They put people in comas there. I mean, it's like you go to like Philly. Should you wear the other team's jersey in Philly?
Probably not.
No.
Yeah.
And if you do that, it's like, you idiot. What's next? Are you going into Florida canals? Like, come on, like, wake up. I mean, the obvious is the obvious. Now, the whole Draymond Green mess. Here's the thing about it. It's great when it works. When it doesn't, and that's what you get last night. And so you got 2 points. You're not facilitating. I think I looked it up. It was 3 assists, 2 turnovers, 0 steals, 1 block, 6 personal fouls. The fans getting after you. This is now. I get it. This is the only way he can play. This is his game. You know what I mean?
Who he is. Yeah.
It's who he is. But when it doesn't work, it becomes a disaster.
Yeah, I mean, he's never going to score, not never, but very rarely going to score 20 points in a game. Or, when he's at his best, he's scoring 6-8 points, but he's, has 10 assists and 8 rebounds and 3 steals and 4 blocks.
And slowing the other person down.
And so,
another player.
that's the other thing. Like, he's anchoring that defense, and that defense wasn't good last night. So that's probably the biggest disappointment, with Draymond's performance last night. The defense wasn't good, and he's the leader of that unit. So, and then the assists, you can look at that and his role facilitating. He didn't do that last night either. So, it wasn't a good game. I think he said after the game he played like, can't say the word here, but played like bleep. So he admitted to it. So I'm sure he'll play much better in game 4. But again, I just think Boston's better. I really do. I think Boston's a better team. And it's going to be, if Boston does win this series, 3 straight years of the Heat losing to the eventual NBA champion. It's pretty crazy when you think about that.
Well, it's not. Then it's justifiable.
Yeah.
Right. You know what I mean? So, and listen, in the end, I'm only going to be bitter about one of them, and that's the Laker one, because that's the unknown. Whereas you knew I mean, after you say, you can't be a blind ass fan, okay? Like we like to use here. You lost to Milwaukee because you're not better, and you lost to the Boston Celtics because you're not better. But that Lakers series, that's the one that you could say, man, the groove that team was in at that moment, the
Bam and Goran
confidence
are healthy.
level.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody healthy. You just wonder because you go to 6 with injuries. You just wonder what happens if you're fully healthy. So that's the only one that I'm always going to have a little bit regret with. You know what I mean?
I still think I think Boston was a better team than Miami this year.
Sure.
This version of this Heat team. I think it's impressive they even got to one shot away. But if the Heat are healthy, if Tyler Hero's healthy, and if Kyle Lowry's closer to 100%, I still think they had a chance to win that series. I do. So
but they have to show me
that
they have to show me that they can be the Batman or Robin to Butler, and I don't know if they can. I saw Lowry and DeRozan try to be Batman and Robin for many years in Toronto, and they could never do it. And I've never looked at Lowry as that kind of player. I think he's a hell of a point guard, but I don't look at him as a franchise player, a Batman or a Robin. I think he's just a really good point guard that can run your offense.
Yes.
So I don't know, even if he was in shape, he would have been that scoring threat that Jimmy needed. And Tyler has yet to prove it. You know, to me, it's like Lowry has already proven over the years he was never that franchise guy because he had all the opportunities in Toronto, him and DeRozan, and they were never able to do it.
Yeah.
But Tyler has not proven it. That's why, for me, I just got to say Boston's better, bro. Boston's better because Jimmy didn't have his Jaylen Brown or his Tatum. And that's the hell, he didn't even have the third kid, what's it called? Is it Brown, right?
Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart.
Marcus Smart. I'm sorry, Marcus Smart. Yeah. They don't even have a Marcus Smart on this team right now.
Yeah,
that's that consistent.
I mean, I don't think Kyle Lowry doesn't need to be the Batman or the Robin on this team. He needs to be the very good point guard, which he was for most of the year. But Tyler Hero or Bam Adebayo needs to be the Robin.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, Hero was hurt for most of the series, and he, again, we've went over this a million times, but I think with how close that he came to winning that series with the injuries, I think they would have had a shot. I really do. I really think they would have had a pretty good shot of winning that series if they're healthy. But that's a big if. And in this late in the playoffs like that, injuries are a factor. They just are. You can't just make excuses for being injured at that point.
All right, where are you at? Where are you at now, trade wise? We spoke a couple of days ago, and obviously this is going to be a topic you and I and everyone is going to be discussing week in and week out. And once these finals start and free agency starts, then it's going to get hot and heavy. You start to think about it, start to look around the league. What kind of names do you think could be realistic? And is Donovan Mitchell going to be a realistic one in your eyes?
I mean, Donovan Mitchell's the one that's the popular name, right? It's the Woj report of him, him not being too happy with Quinn Snyder stepping down. Obviously, he's been with the Jazz for a long time. They haven't really won much and had much success in the playoffs. He's close with Bam Adebayo. So, I mean, that's going to be the obvious name, I think. I still think it's going to take a specific trade demand from Donovan Mitchell saying, I want to go to the Heat to get a deal done. I do, which is possible. I'm not ruling it out. I think it's possible. But I would say that's the most realistic name out there right now. Obviously, there's Bradley Beal, there's Kyrie Irving, who's I've heard rumors of reporting on that from Brooklyn. I don't think that makes sense at all. There's Damian Lillard's always a name, although it seems like he's staying in Portland. And then Zach LaVine, which we spoke about a few days ago, Big O, where his situation in Chicago is kind of unknown at this point. But I think Donovan Mitchell is the one that you keep an eye on, because it seems like there's something percolating there. Whether it happens now or in mid-season or next offseason, there's something there that I think is certainly worth watching.
I like that. I like the fact that you say there's something there. I mean, hey, listen, man, this has been Pat Riley's track record since he got here.
Yeah.
And he started it with Zoe, and he's done it all the way through with Jimmy Butler. And he's not, or Kyle Lowry, actually, which was his latest one. I don't think he's going to stop. And I think he knows he's got to go get that other guy for Jimmy in order to finish this job off. I mean, listen, if he wants to go to the West Coast finally and chill out and relax, he's dead set on finishing this run, right? Well, this is the way you finish the run. Go get that other star for Jimmy, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's who Pat is. We've seen it now for the last, how long has he been here now? Almost 30 years.
Yeah.
27 years. So this team is close. We know it's close to winning a championship, right? They were 5 wins away this season. They went to the finals 2 years ago. So again, worst case scenario, the team comes back. They're going to be a contender. But yeah, if they can get better, they're going to do it. And all that he can control at this point is to be in position to put together an attractive trade offer if a star does become available. And they put themselves in position to do that. They unlock those first-round picks that they can now trade. With that deal they made with Oklahoma City in February. They have the young asset in Tyler Hero, who won 6th Man of the Year and is 22 and is going to improve. They have other, team-friendly contracts on their roster with young players, whether it's Gabe Vincent, Max Strus, Omar Yurtseven. So they have the assets to make a competitive offer. And that's all that he can control, and they've done that. So we'll see what happens now, around the NBA.
It's your liquor store right there in Miami, and it's right in your phone, right? Download it on your app, Android or iOS. Go search for it, Liquor Split, flat fee of $2.99. So if you're kicking back and relaxing, enjoying the sun like we are, you don't need to move. You just grab your app and have it delivered right to you, baby. Get that vodka, get that beer, get that wine, get the chips, get a little Edge energy drink too. Use that as an elixir. That's a beautiful thing. Go to liquorsplit.com or download the app. $2.99 flat fee. $1 goes to solving homelessness in Miami. What are you working on in the Miami Herald, Mr. Chang, so folks can check you out?
Yeah, so today I'm writing a story on Udonis Haslam and just kind of his mindset entering the offseason. He turns 42 today, so that's pretty incredible. I think he'd be the 6th player in NBA history if he returns to play in a game after his 42nd birthday. So we all know Udonis Haslam is special and unique, but it'd be pretty incredible if he returns again and for a 20th NBA season and appears in a game at 42. So look out for that. Also yesterday had something on Duncan Robinson. He had, on his podcast this week, he spoke about the challenging postseason and falling out of the rotation and just different things. He was pretty vulnerable and pretty open about that. So check that out as well.
I got a question for you now on the Udonis Haslam thing. This year you were thinking maybe with all these young guys that they've been able to find, is it really worth keeping UD on the roster? Or are you better off trying to use that as another spot for more young guys since they've been so good?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm actually intrigued in the summer league for Highsmith and all these other guys to see what the hell they have in some of these new guys. Because remember, Riley in the press conference goes, I just was seeing 6 young guys, and I'm going, okay, those are 6 are going to be on that summer league roster. That's for sure. And so here's the question I have for you. Here's kind of an interesting twist. Spo is, the way I look at it, he's the cerebral coach. He's not necessarily the motivational Pat Riley, in your face, sticking my head inside an ice bucket for 87 minutes. And you're like, hey, is the old man dead? Wham, I'm up. You see, we all can do this. You know what I'm saying? And so they're two different kinds of coaches, both great in their own right, both smart in X's and O's, but Riley has that psychological thing that he plays, right? And that's something that not every coach does that. So, but maybe that's why you need UD in the locker room, to be that motivational, in-your-face guy, all that stuff. Okay, that has worked. But we saw what happened with the dust-off with Jimmy this year in the middle of a game. And so have we reached the point where maybe having the security guard has been a little too long now, and maybe today's player, maybe UD's not for today's player also? You know what I'm saying? So I'm just not that Jimmy's like that, because Jimmy's wired actually more like UD than anybody else.
Right.
But I'm just wondering, that whole dynamic, has it run its course?
I would say no, because you ask Bam Adebayo who he's closest to in the roster, he'll either say probably Gabe Vincent or Udonis Haslam.
Okay.
Udonis Haslam and Bam Adebayo are very close, and everyone respects Udonis in that locker room a lot.
They should.
So, and you point to that player development program, he plays a big part in that. He's the one working with a lot of those guys after practice, in those pickup games, teaching them little tricks of the trade, using his experience to help them. He's a big, big part of that. You go to summer league, he's on the bench talking to a lot of the guys in the summer league team. So he's not just there to be there. Like, he's invested. He says he doesn't want to become a coach. He's kind of playing a coaching role right now, but he feels
that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
he feels like he can get through to players more being in that locker room in a jersey, being on the practice court, competing with them, going through the same thing as them, rather than being a coach in a different role. So that's how he feels. And it's hard to argue. I mean, again, he's taking up a roster spot. Look, it hasn't really hurt the Heat. They found so many developmental guys, even with that roster spot taken, and the 2 extra two-way spots make a huge difference because it gives them 2 extra slots. Now you don't just have 15, you have 17 where you can stash away 2 developmental guys in those 2-way contract spots.
That's a good article, by the way, explaining all that kind of stuff for people.
Yeah.
No, seriously.
Yeah.
I think that's a great off-season like article. Hey, is UD going to come back? Well, this is the reasons why. And all the other things that he's doing in the summer league. When you're in the summer league, those are the things that we can point out and talk about. That's going to be
definitely. You just ask guys on the team. You just ask guys on the team about Udonis, and you'll understand the impact he has on every player, whether it's personally, off the court, on the court. He has a big role. He really does have a big role behind the scenes.
All right. Follow him on Twitter at Anthony_Chang. And, of course, check out his work there at the Miami Herald every single day. Subscribe. Anthony, as always, thank you, my brother. We'll catch up next week, my friend. Feel better.
Sounds good, Bill. Thank you.
You got it. It's our liquor split, Miami Heat, and NBA report.
You're now tapped into the latest with the Miami Heat. This has been the Miami Heat Liquor Split Report with insider Anthony Chang. Download the Liquor Split app and enjoy your favorite drinks at wholesale prices. Delivered right to your door in minutes with a flat fee of $2.99. VIP lifestyle without the VIP prices. Tap that app with Liquor Split.
All right. What happened? Oh, yeah, somebody can't find. Yeah, they got the alarm going off. By the way, don't forget, a proud sponsor of our show is Edge Energy Drink. Yeah, that's how we have the edge every single day. That's how Sean gets his edge every single day. Yes, sir. And all you got to do is go to myedgedrink.com. That's myedgedrink.com. Delicious, smooth, and zero aftertaste. This is amazing. You will get 10% off by using our code Big O. So there you go. You want to taste it? Edge Energy Drink, myedgedrink.com. And by the way, with the little vodka, I think tonight would have been a good time to add a little edge. I got to talk to the folks out here. They should have edge here, man. Should have it out here at Tortugas. We got to talk to them, John. We got to talk to the folks out here at Tortugas and get them a little Edge energy drink out here. Get a little vodka and a little Edge. Whew. Nothing like a little Grey Goose and a little Edge. It is so good. myedgedrink.com. Delicious, smooth, and zero aftertaste. Only 78 calories. So check it out and use our code Big O to get 10% off. There we go. All partying, yeah. Although I hate that guy now because YouTube's going to tag us now. They're going to say, oh, you're playing this music. No, we're not, man. It's some dude in the background jamming. It's not us. Big O Green in this series has 15 points and 15 fouls. Hey, dude, consistency. That's what it's all about. It's money when Big O yells big, oh! That's right, baby. How many running backs they keeping? I like 4 with Dr. White. Zaquandre, or we're already getting on the Zaquandre White challenge. Let's wait till they got some pads going on. You know what I'm saying? I love my man Omar. I love my man Omar and all that stuff, and maybe Zaquandre's got a little something to him, but you know, he was freaking out with Albert Wilson in shorts. And I kept telling him he's in shorts. I got to wait for pads, dude. I got to wait for pads. I'm not overreacting one way or another. Okay? I love the additions. I'm really intrigued by this coaching staff. I think it's a really good coaching staff, and I think they'll prove it. But again, I need to be proven right or wrong here. You know? I'm not going to go crazy about this offseason one way or another, you know, right? Nothing's gone on. They're going through the mental reps now. That's what they're doing. Nothing more, nothing less. Celtics, by the way, got it done over the Warriors, 116-100. Klay Thompson with 25. Not efficient, 7 of 17, 5 of 13. He had a terrific first half. Kind of tailed off in the second half. Steph Curry had 31. Draymond Green only had 2 points. Brown had 27. Tatum had 26. And Smart had 24. When the trifecta is playing that well, you've got to be outstanding. And last night, the Warriors were not outstanding. So it was their game. The good thing about this is we now don't have to wait 2 damn days for the next, or 3 days, for the next game. We will wait just 2 days. They're off today, back on tomorrow. Thank the Lord already. Yes, Friday is game 4. That's, Thursday, and you play Friday at 9 o'clock. So you have 2 days to rest. Yeah, he's right. He's right. That's what it is. But I looked it up. It's Friday's is game 4. I was like, thank God. I mean, this stuff, they're trying to milk this thing to hell, bro. Dolphins wise, small move. They signed linebacker. No, they released linebacker Porter Gustin. No, they signed Porter Gustin, the linebacker from Cleveland, and they waived Jarvis Davis, the cornerback, and defensive end Deshaun Hall. What do you want me to tell you? I cannot elaborate on anything like this. You're getting cut without pads. Yeah. Oh, you thought Deshaun Hall was going to make it? You thought he had like 10 sacks this year, huh?
I saw him in the shorts, and I said, that guy right there, Pro Bowl. Apparently, they didn't agree with me, and that's why I'm doing producer and not scout for the NFL.
Sean had Deshaun Hall going into the Hall of Fame.
He had me at Sean.
There you go. He had you at Deshaun. That's it. I like it. I like it. I'll tell you something that I was entertained with, and that was a Barry Jackson article. Nothing bad, but it's kind of funny. You know what I mean? Because even typing in here is tough because I am facing the light. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm walking into the light. Exactly. No, don't. You don't want me to walk in? Oh, because then I'm dead, right? Is that what that means? Okay, all right. Yeah, you may not want to walk into the light. Yeah, because you do die. You see? Yeah, we'll join that one also. Okay. Oh no, it's asking me for the damn password. I don't have time to put in the password. I'll go to my mobile phone. Anyway, so. Let me get the article here that I saw from the Miami Dolphins. And Barry Jackson was writing about this, which, I get it. He was asking O.J. McDuffie, and they were talking about, the line and the Dolphins and where they're at. And I was kind of laughing about the stuff that that O.J. was talking about. Man, I am having trouble with this damn light to find everything that I need here on this on this whole thing. You know what I'll do? I'll just go directly to the damn Herald, since I do have the subscription, and I'll just go to the Herald and pull up the damn article that Barry was talking about. So they were talking about the Miami Dolphins offensive line, right? So OJ McDuffie was going off on the offensive line, but it's not what you would think. Actually, it's a lot of what I was talking about throughout the entire year. And for those of you that listen to the show on a daily basis, here's what he had to say. Here's OJ McDuffie talking a little bit about the line. Here we go. We're at okay. When I asked damn it, here we go. Where are you? Here we go. Okay. Oh, damn it. Skipping over it. Where is it? Damn it. Here we go. All right. So the Dolphins, right? They knew they needed personnel additions along the offensive line. They also believe the new staff can get more out of young players. Former Dolphin receiver O.J. McDuffie, co-host of the Fish Tank. They do a great job, him and Seth. And the Dolphins radio postgame show, they put it this way earlier in the offseason. He says, I can't believe our guys we drafted are that bad. It comes down to how they're being coached. The best thing they've done is all the offensive line coaches, all the O-line experience. The young Dolphin offensive linemen have taken well to the zone blocking scheme. And then Robert Hunt goes, guys definitely are fitting their gaps right. Robert Hunt said this week, guys are coming off the ball, flying off the ball. We're doing it in a controlled manner. We're trying to make everybody that they must defend the whole field. We've got them guessing. I love it. This is the type of offense I ran in college. So, when everybody was talking about how bad the draft picks were last year, and I'm talking about September, okay? I'm not talking about January. I'm not talking about February. After the whole season's played off, you can go back and look and listen to the shows in September and October. At no point did I ever lay it on the offensive line. No point. Now, did I say Austin Jackson was playing bad? Of course. You can't deny that. But what I told you from the get-go was what? That Brian Flores can't hire an offensive staff. That's your problem. You had no experienced QB coach. You had no experienced offensive line coaches. You had no experienced offensive coordinators. With an inexperienced quarterback. How is that going to work? It's not going to work. That's why it didn't work. And the other thing that I kept mentioning to a lot of you out there is, okay, so you're hitting on almost all your other draft picks. Okay, Hunter and Noah, we haven't seen anything from those guys. They haven't really played much, so we really don't know. But all the other ones are pretty much, you're doing pretty good in draft picks. There's no way that you're hitting on most of your other draft picks and you failed on all 5 of the linemen. How many times did I repeat that last year in September, in October, in November? Because there's no way mathematics will tell you that. If you're hitting on all the other guys pretty much, and you're finding guys that are street free agents, you're making decent trades. There's no way you whiffed on all 5 guys. I told you from the get-go what was going to happen. 2 or 3 of these guys are going to be good. Not all 5. If it's all 5, what did I tell you? Give Greer a 20-year contract. But he's going to hit on 2 or 3 of those guys. Hunt has already fought through the BS of the first year, and he's actually looked pretty serviceable, and he's looked like he can turn the corner. You only need to hit on 1 or 2 of the other guys, and out of those 5, you're successful. And that's McDaniel's job now. That's Campbell's job now. That's Frank's job now. All these coaches, all these offensive line coaches, that's what they were brought here to do. And I believe that that's what's going to end up happening. And that's why they went and got 2 linemen. Do the math. If you hit on 2 or 3 of your 5 and you sign 2, you probably have your line. That's kind of the way you look at it. Because you're not going to hit on all 5. That's impossible. I mean, nearly impossible. I mean, it could happen, but my Lord, it's like, please give me the lottery numbers next, because I know you've got the lottery numbers. So this is all. This is I know we have no patience. I know we're in a microwave society. I know it gets compounded because we're Dolphin fans and we've been suffering for decades. So the word patience is not something you use in the Dolphin vocabulary. It just doesn't work. It's hard for people to have these so-called patience. But hopefully this year, I just kicked the camera. Hopefully this year, they'll figure it out. All right, we got 1 hour down. We got a couple more to go. We're coming to you live, baby, from Tortugas, right here on Flagler Beach. What are we, just south of Daytona, right, Eddie? Yeah, right. We're just south of Daytona. Oh, north. I'm sorry. North of Daytona. South of Jacksonville. There you go. Way south of Jacksonville. What's Flagler Beach? What's next? Oh, St. Augustine. There you go. We can have the dirty water for the Fountain of Youth. That is some nasty ass stuff, dude. Have you ever tried it?
I'm going on Sunday. I'm going to have some water. I'm going to get it bottled up for you.
No,
I'm bringing it for you.
I don't know if they still serve it.
It doesn't matter. I'm drinking it.
You should try it just for the hell of it.
I am.
You got to try it.
I'm cannonballing.
For sure.
It's a fountain, right? I'm cannonballing to the fountain.
It's not that big.
No?
No, it's pretty small.
Oh, well.
It's pretty small.
I'll drink some water.
It's pretty small. But I don't know if they still Eddie, do you know if they still serve that water? Oh, they still serve that water. That's probably the water that they make those hot dogs in New York.
Oh, yes.
That's probably it right there. That dirty water in New York, it's shipped over from the Fountain of Youth here in St. Augustine. It's probably what it is. So anyway, we're here at Flagler Beach. Show is mastered by the one and only Sean Stanley. We're going to take a quick break. Let's lift up the tent here, and we'll see if the lighting gets a little better, and you can see my ugly puss for the rest of the show. Hour number 2, Alan Poupart will join us at 11:30. Hey, one more thing. I guess I should mention it because I'm still getting texts, and I get it. Some of you really don't listen every day. You don't really download the show every day. You download it every once in a while. Joe Shad will return to the show. Okay. I just don't know when, but once Joe Shad has overcome, a personal issue that he's dealing with, he will get back on the beat to do his stuff with the Palm Beach Post, and we will work him back into our platform. So, we're in Joe's corner. We're just waiting for him to, get through his issue. But Joe's not gone or anything. He's just kind of taking a step away. And, because we took the face off the marquee, right? And I did that because if I have it on the marquee and he's not on every week, then everybody's asking. You understand? And so if he's off the marquee, people will ask, but they won't ask nearly as much. But if you have him on the marquee, it's like, yo, I don't see Joe Shad. Where is it? And so that's kind of the way I figured it would be a lot better to take it off for now, because then less people will ask, because out of sight, out of mind. But if you put it in front of their sight, then it's on their minds and they're going to ask. But for those of you that have wondered and all that, or maybe you don't listen to the show, he will return. Don't worry. He's part of the family. Joe's my guy, bro. Always been. Always a good dude. We'll get him back. And who knows? Maybe when we get him back, we'll get him to give somebody an A or something. You know what I mean? Never happened. Okay. All right. Well, I tried. All right. Let's take a quick break. We'll come back. Give us a couple minutes here. Rest the voice and raise the tent. We're gonna pitch a tent when we come back.
When protecting your family is your priority, there's nothing more important than a roof above the people you love. Call Tommy B. Butts Jr. Enterprises.com, 954-735-9826, or 954-394-1411 and ask to speak to Tommy, the owner. They specialize in all kinds of roofs, led by their highly crafted, skilled, and professional roof mechanics. All of their previous customers have an opportunity to enter their bi-weekly drawings to receive free an exterior impact metal door. Please call for more details. That's Tommy B. Butts Jr. Enterprises.com, 954-735-9826 or 954-394-1411. Trust Tommy to fortify and protect what's most important to you, your family.
Oh, I think I know what this is. Houston, we have a package. Hello?
No matter where you are, the Sloman Shield home security system guards your home. With next-gen perimeter protection, 24/7 monitoring, and interior motion sensing. And right now, get a free Sloman Shield security system and doorbell camera, all professionally installed, for free.
Shield your world, the Sloman Shield.
Folks, you can support the hardest working sports talk show in South Florida through Cash App or Venmo. Just search Cash Big O Show. Support us through Cash App or Venmo. Cash Big O Show. We thank you for your incredible support.
If you're a Miami sports fan, then there's only one store to go to, and that's Caneswear at Miami Fanwear in Davie. They're your one-stop shop for all your inner Miami CF, Canes, Dolphins, Panthers, and Marlins merchandise. They have hats, t-shirts, game day jerseys, and so much more. Located at 2511 South University Drive in Davie and open 24/7 online at caneswear.com or innermiamiwear.com. Call them at 954-835-5597. Caneswear, the spot where Inner Miami and all Miami sports fans shop.
Statements or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyAccess.com Media Group.
The Big O Radio Show is brought to you by Sports Grill. Good food, good drinks, good friends. Craig's Inn Acura of Pembroke Pines, the #1 volume Acura dealership in the Southeast United States. The Fort Lauderdale Police Department. The FLPD is hiring. Go to FLPDjobs.com.
When it comes to South Florida sports teams, very few in the media have witnessed, lived, and covered it like the Big O. Let's start the program dedicated to your favorite South Florida teams with a passion that's unmatched. The Big O Radio Show is on. Here's the Big O.
Back hour number 2. I don't know if you can see my ugly puss a little better, but hopefully you can. Hopefully you'll be able to, let me see. Not really. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Maybe my iPad doesn't look that bad. I mean, it doesn't look that good, I'm saying. It's still an improvement with my face. I'm telling you.
It is the best you've ever looked on the show.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it is.
I mean, you can't argue with that.
John Yang, where the hell is Big O?
I don't know. Where is he?
Are you like Waldo? Where's Waldo?
Where's Waldo? Exactly. Harold Wiley says, Big O, my girlfriend and her mother went to St. Augustine last month. I warned her about the water. They didn't listen. Some people just have to learn on their own, I guess. That stuff is nasty. It is. But I think you have to kind of experience it anyway. You know, it's one of those things like, but it's a fountain of youth, right? There's a chance I might get like 1 minute younger. You know, so it's one of those things. It's just like you had to try it. It's like when you go to the Kentucky Derby. What are they called? The Mint Jubilees or Mint? Right. And they suck. Everybody tells you they suck. And yet you go to the Kentucky Derby and you try a Mint Jubilee, but it sucks. That's just the way it goes, dude. That's the way it is. And you'll go because you have to try it. What are you going to do? It's a rite of passage. Let's see. Big O must be hot over there. Yeah, we are. We are. It's a little hot. We do need. Oh no, it's great, but it is hot. Yeah, it is hot. Yeah, we're gonna have to. I'm gonna have to make an investment in some fans. For the fans, that would have been a good trade-off. Okay, leave one of the kids, take the fans. I no that
for you right now.
That might have been a good trade-off.
For me in the long term, I don't think it would have been good.
Long term might have been good too, bro. All right.
Oh wow!
You can leave the kid behind. I don't know. I might leave my kid behind for a couple fans. Yeah, that. Big O, do you drink? You look younger. Look at that. He's listening to the show. He's bringing a fan. Paul is amazing. That is awesome. Not only does he have a fan, it's like one of those industrial fans too.
It's the Whirlwind 2020.
Look at that. Holy crap.
Yeah.
All right. There we go. So we're about to face gale force winds right now, right off the coast, right here at Tortuga. This bar is amazing. You got to come out to Tortuga's 2 floors. And by the way, so if you come out to Daytona area and you're staying and you're a Dolphins and a Canes fan, oh my God, Paul, thank you. I'm going to have an orgasm right now. That's it. This is orgasmic right now, bro. Holy moly. Wow.
What aren't you doing on this show? You pitch a tent now?
Wow. I know how Deshaun Watson feels right now having a massage. Wow. Ecstasy. Whoa. Damn. That is good. That is good. I lost my train of thought after all of that. Damn. Oh. Okay, maybe Dusty Harden is right about massages. Big O, you look blurry. Am I drunk?
Yes.
Probably. I mean T-Bone. We know you. Come on. It's 5:00 somewhere for you right now. Any hot girls there? Plenty of them, T-Bone. But you're going to, it's a mint julep. There you go. Thank you, Finn's First Network. Thank you, sir. What's the word on left guard, Liam or Jackson? They're both there. Brother, there's no pads. Relax, Brett. No pads. Jamie says, Big O, you know how people we love to look better because of our feelings add the veil of love. Well, you look great. Thank you, Jamie. Appreciate you. Big O, do you think Watson still gets massages? Yes. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Jilly's doing the massages. She's massaging him with an enchilada. Big O, are you and Sean going to jump into the tank tops and Speedos? For sure, bro. Of course. You know, just got online. How are all you all? Says Carlos. There we go. I love it. What do I think about Jack Del Rio's comments? Did you hear Herschel Walker? You know, it's jocks on average probably should just talk about jock things. That's all. I mean, think about this. Go listen to Herschel Walker's explanation on how he would, try to curtail gun control. And that tells you not only did he give you about the dumbest explanation in the history of mankind, which proves Herschel Walker is not smarter than this pole here that's holding up this tent, okay? But not only that, you had morons that voted for the idiot. Like, you see how stupid he is, and yet you vote for him. So you're going to go to Jack Del Rio and ask about something political? Come on, bro. So he calls it a dust-up, people dying and stuff. It's just a dust-up, whatever. So it's your own fault for going to Jack Del Rio for politics. More often than not, most of these athletes they can't talk politics. Most of them are not bright enough. Do you know that the jock thing is real, right? I don't care if people get offended with this. Kiss my ass. I've been in plenty of locker rooms for 30 years. Most athletes, not very bright. Okay? It's just the way it is. Some athletes, you can go to the offensive line. You'll find some quarterbacks. You'll find some guy. Baseball's loaded with dumb guys because they come straight out of high school and they go right into the minors. And they get no college education. They get no experience. They don't deal with people. It's in sports, there's a lot of people that should not be talking about anything outside of sports because they're not very bright. And they don't keep up with anything. They have these blinders on, and all they do is they worry about their sport. You know, you could talk to a guy like Pat Riley about that stuff. You could talk, to what's it called? What's the name of the Warriors guy? Steve Kerr. There are some people that are intelligent and they get it, but more often than not, and especially in football, brother, most of them should not be, you don't want to talk finances with them. You don't want to talk politics with them. You don't want to talk, it's just, they're football people. They're baseball people. Just let them in their sport. It's very few. The percentage is very few that you can have real intelligent conversations about other things that aren't sports. Some of them, once they get away from the locker room, they start to educate themselves about the world and understanding things. But a lot of them live in this fantasy that they've been living in since they were kids. And they've been taken care of unlike any of us. And they've been coddled and all that, and they don't really understand everything that's going on. So you're going to get what you're going to get from a Jack Del Rio or a Herschel Walker because, you asked for it. But if you're expecting any, it's rare that you're going to get some intelligent dialogue from especially on the football side, from a lot of these guys. It's very few of them. Tim Ruddy was one of those guys. Super smart, can talk about anything. But offensive linemen, I would tell you that on the football team, mostly the offensive linemen are the cerebral guys. They're the most cerebral guys on the team. That's where you'll probably find most of the intelligence in the NFL is in the offensive line. That's the interesting part about that. But yeah, I mean, what are you gonna do? So yeah. Jack Del Rio is Jack Del Rio. What are you gonna do? He's a coach. You want him for coach. Hey, what was it? What was I thinking the other day that Dabo Sweeney. Dabo Sweeney says, but he's a hell of a college coach. So you don't want him for his politics. You want him for, his coaching. And there's plenty of them like that. You're not hiring them because of their, financial IQs or anything like that. GNS Lifting says, morning, Big O. I was planning on going tomorrow, but a business last-minute issue will make it impossible. Tomorrow, you doing your show over there or on Saturday? No, Saturday and Sunday, I'm relaxing. We're off. I could be here. I could be, I'm staying, a couple blocks away, so it's not like I'm far. I will be here, but I don't know what time I'll come by here to eat something or hang out for a couple minutes with the guys, So I can't tell you when I'm going to be here on Saturday or Sunday. And remember, Saturday I'm probably going to go to the Black Crowes concert. But we'll be here Monday. Monday we're broadcasting live here, GNS Lifting. So we'll be here 10 to 1 on Monday, and then we take off. Let's see. Time for you and I to get our Tua jerseys, Big O. You in? I already got mine, Jamie. I got my Tua jersey 2 years ago. When they first came out, remember that we had back orders? And I ordered mine like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, when he first got drafted. I ordered mine in the off season. COVID hit, and I didn't get it till November, I believe. Like, it took 6 months to get my Tua jersey. So I already have my Tua jersey, my man. I'm all in, dude. I don't flip flop. I'm steadfast on it, bro. You got to prove me wrong for me to get off the damn thing. Okay? And I'm on all the way, and I think he's going to be successful. So I already have my Tua jersey, bro. You know? Del Rio only pawn and dust up for life. My kids got theirs. I opted for a new Merino last year. You got me. I'm ordering one today. Yeah, man. Yeah, you probably weren't listening to the show back in those days. Lee Underwood says, you and Omar were talking about need areas on the roster, and you mentioned linebacker. Then Dolphins signed Augustine, who played end for Browns. However, he would likely stand in a 3-4 defense. Lee, I still think they need a thumper in the middle, but Landon Roberts is that guy, but they need a young thumper. Now, again, ladies and gentlemen, you're not going to solve every need in your team every year. You know what I mean? But they solved a lot of them. And I talked a little bit about it with Omar in that conversation that I said they went and got their sideline-to-sideline linebacker, right? Now you got to get the guy that knocks people's, nuts down in their socks. And that's the next guy. And I think next year they will seek out that thumper and they will find that big linebacker. It might be in free agency if he's kind of young, or it'll be in the draft. But I think they'll go out and get a thumper. The guy they got now is not the answer probably. But I think that that's something, hey, listen, they're going to have to add a couple things down the line. And that'll be part of it. And I think that will be one of the needs that they will add next year in the draft. 855-912-1056 on the Welt and Rayom text line. That's 855-912-1056 on the Welt and Rayom text line. You can also reach out to us on Twitter. That's at Big O Show. Follow us there as always, because, my friends, that is a 24-hour talk show. Remember, Sloman's Home Security is a proud sponsor of our program. We talk about Sloman's all the time. Alarmo is with us all the time. Sloman's protects Sean's home, protects my home. It's what it's all about, baby, and you can do it too. Right now, we are giving away a free doorbell camera. And that doorbell camera is going to become your best friend, because now you're going to know when they're delivering that food, when somebody's delivering a package, when somebody is there to sell something and you don't want to talk to them. You could just look at your phone and say, yeah, I'm not going to answer the door. I'll let them knock to their heart's content, and then they'll walk away. That's when you're going to thank yourself. And of course, if somebody that's unwanted is around, that's when Sloman's goes to work. Somebody breaks in, the alarm goes off immediately. Calls are made to you. Password must be given. If not, authorities are now sent, and they respond with a quickness. It already happened to me once, where the alarm went off. My wife forgot the password. Cops were there within minutes. Yeah, we got the warning. They didn't find us. We got lucky. The first time. We got lucky. We also got the warning. And we said, oh, we apologize for this, that. And then I told her, you got to know the password. Here's the password. So, there you go. Okay. So 1-800, what's the password? Sloman's. So, of course, this is the password. I told her, how can you forget the password? It's Sloman's. Like, well, whatever. It happens, So there you go. But right now we're going to give away 40 free doorbell cameras, and they connect directly to your smartphone. And when you use our central station low-cost monitoring system, we're going to give you a free LED touchscreen pad, a motion detector, 3 arm doors, and a backup battery. Call 1-800-ALARM-ME. Tell them that Big O sent you. We also have the link there on our YouTube page. You can also hit it there, 1-800-ALARM-ME. Brooklyn Rob, thank you, sir, for the love on the super chat. He says, hope you took notes on the guys like Joe and Omar that are not allowing back on the Tua train. Hold them accountable. Oh, Rob, you have no idea. You have no idea. When the Kraken is going to be released, I am going to be frying a lot of people. A lot of people locally, too. Media members, electronically, and on print. Oh, I will be frying. And I will be taking a lot of pleasure, and I will be having a boatload of fun at their expense. Yes. 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 And I've already, and there's a couple of them, listen to this, and if you have a friend that is like this, and this happens, I want you to have a field day. Okay? Because we have certain people in town, and you might have a friend or two in town. If Tua hits, which I expected, but after it happens, and he's established, and we're off and running and having some fun with this, I especially want to go after the people that thought Ryan Tannehill can play and Tua couldn't. Oh, am I going to have a field day with those kind of people? Whoa, I'm taking notes. Because I know which one of you out there bought into the Tannehill train, but you're not buying into the Tua train. So maybe you're right about Tua, and maybe I'm wrong. But if you're wrong about Tua, oh my Lord, am I going to roast your ass? Okay. In fact, when Tua breaks out, those people that were on the Tannehill bandwagon and not the Tua bandwagon, they are officially extinct from talking football or taking their word ever again. Okay? Because if you're that off, that you thought Tannehill could play and Tua couldn't, then, I have zero hope for you. And boy, am I going to fry your ass.
Heyo.
Yes.
Dougie's got a question for you.
Hakeem Muhammad, thank you, sir, for the love on the super chat. I love how he's got the logo with the dolphin going through the logo. Hakeem, that is freaking badass, dude. Okay? And he's got the real dolphin logo, not that stinking You see what we have here at Tortugas? Huh? Scott and Paul, they got the real logo there. Not that stinking whale. We don't need no stinking whales. We don't need no stinking badges. Yes. What do you got for us?
I'm waiting for you.
All right. What do you got for me?
All right. So Dougie's got a question for you. Now. You got to put on your thinking cap for this, all right?
It comes from Doug, of course.
This is half-wit Jeopardy. The contestants, who do you got out of these four?
Oh, God.
Number 1, Jose Canseco.
Oh, that's a doozy.
Number 2, Herschel Walker.
Yeah.
Number 3, Florida Man.
Okay, well, that always takes the lead.
And number 4, I'm not sure why she's on it, but Yoko.
Well, she destroyed the Beatles. She can't sing. I
have every one of her albums. She's a great singer. That's the only music I know.
I don't know how they allowed her on We Are the World. I mean, that was just like, you look at all that talent, and then there's Yoko and Dan Aykroyd. Like, what the hell is going on here? What is wrong with you people? Why didn't you revoke this?
You have to remember, it's the world becoming one. They're letting everybody in.
Yeah, but let everybody in that can sing in that room. Dan Aykroyd and Yoko Ono, like, no, that doesn't go. Okay, so I got Canseco, Walker, Yoko Ono, and Florida Man. I mean, Herschel Walker's dumbass explanation for how he would try to curtail gun control is right up there. But Jose Canseco is a snitch and stupid on top of all of that. Plus, he's, dishonored the Cuban heritage. And me being Cuban, okay, I know I'm born in Belgrade, Florida, so I'm as American as anybody out there. So I get it, but my parents are Cuban, so I have the Cuban background. So in honor of fighting for my parents and all the Cubans, that are still on the island and those that are here in America, I'm going to go Jose Canseco because he's just an outright disgrace to the Cuban heritage. Plus, he's a snitch. And he's also he was in Florida for a time, so he was kind of Florida man also. So, we're going to go Jose Canseco. We're going to give him the number one spot of moron. Who would you go with in that list?
I got to go Florida man.
Okay. I can understand that.
People robbing stores with alligators. I mean, come on. There's no dumber than that.
I mean, Canseco lived here and his wife owned a strip club. That's Florida man for you right there.
Yeah.
And a lot of shady stuff went on in that. What was the name of that strip club behind Bird Road right there? Oh man, what was Canseco's wife's strip club's name, man? Oh, dude, come on, somebody's got to remember the strip club there, right off of US 1, behind Bird Road. Yes, I know where it was at. I went to it. Damn. Somebody's got it. We have over 200 people right now in the chat board.
Chimed in. Somebody had to have went to it.
Somebody had the Alley Cat. I want to say it was called the Alley Cat. I think it was called the Alley Cat. I tell you, man, I don't know how I remember all this kind of stuff.
Somebody threw in Treasure Island, but then somebody said Alley Cat.
It's Alley Cat. There we go.
Said Alley Cat.
Yeah. It's Alley Cat. How about that? I remembered that. How I do these things, sometimes I have no idea how.
Come on, we know what it is.
How it's all stacked in there inside, and it must be. You know what?
It's the cap.
It's the Red Recover
the
hat.
Nature. Got it. I mean, come on.
Yeah. That's what it is. Yep.
The trifecta all by yourself.
And by the way, a whole bunch of people are chiming in with Alley Cat. That means Nizzle went to it. Ricky Perez went to it. 305 Domi went to it. Yeah. All you guys went to the Alley Cat also. Come on. Admit it. Be like me. You were at Manhattan's, right? You were partying at Manhattan's. You had a great night and you said, I'm not tired yet. I don't want to go home. Let's go to the Alley. And you went to the Alley. Come on. Let's go. Parallel Bar, Alley Cat. I got you. I know exactly what's going on. What's that place in the Grove that we used to go to all the time? Not the tavern, but the one with the that was out in the open. Not Sundays down in Key Biscayne, but it's kind of like Sundays. What's the name of that place that's right there on the docks? Whatever that. Yeah. Of course, guilty as charged. Oh, come on, bro. I mean, I traveled the same roads. I know exactly what's going on. Yeah, somebody will get it. Somebody will get it for me. I forgot the name of the damn place. It's so damn popular. Everybody knows the damn place. Monty's. There we go. Thank you, Monty's. Yeah. See, Nizzle was in the same, like, I'm hanging out in Manhattan's. Nizzle was probably on the other side of the bar, hanging out with his fellas, having drinks. Well, I'm at Parallel Bar. There's Nizzle. And by the way, the aforementioned Canseco, I would always see him at Parallel Bar. Oh, and by the way, this is how long ago I used to see Jose Canseco at Parallel Bar. He was skinny. This was before roids. Before roids, buddy, when he was a tall pole. Yeah, skinny Seiko. All right, Poopart ready to go? All right, he is locked and loaded and ready to go. He is the man, the myth, the legend, Alan Poopart, and our Sports Grill, Miami Dolphins report.
Let's get ready to talk Dolphins football. It's the Sports Grill Miami Dolphins Report with Sports Illustrated's Alan Poupard. With locations throughout South Florida, Sports Grill is the home of the special grilled wings. Check out our sponsored locations in Miami on Bird Road and 114th and in Miami Lakes in the Royal Oaks Plaza. Here's Miami Dolphins insider Alan Poupard.
When you partied at Parallel Bar and you were able to see Jose Canseco fresh in Coral Way. What is it? Coral Way High or whatever. What was it called? The one off of 87th Avenue and 16th. It's called Coral Park High. Fresh out of Coral Park High, pre-steroids, tall and skinny. You know you're old.
You're asking me. No, I never partied with Jose Canseco. I did go to Monty's quite a few times though.
Who did not go to Monty's? Come on, bro. I mean, at least who's our age. You had to. You never went to parallel bars? Never?
Nope, can't say I did.
Yeah, I did. I wasn't partying with Canseco, but I remember because back in those days it was like, hey, there's that kid from Coral Park that's going to the majors, and so yeah, that kind of stuff. So yeah, Canseco was, and this was pre injections because obviously it's like Barry Bonds before his head grew, one of those deals.
What kind of injections did he have?
I don't know if it was the clear. I don't know if it was the clear or the what was the other one that Bonds was talking about? It was the clear or the other one. I forgot what it was. I'm not exactly sure. But remember, Jose Canseco did tell everybody that he is the steroid doctor or something like that. So
or something, right?
Yeah, right. Expert or something like that. Yeah. So
yep.
It is what it is. Exactly. All right. So let me ask you something. Omar talked a little bit about Zaquandre White. Has he caught your eye also?
Running backs and OTAs.
I know. But
okay, having said that, the two things I have noticed among the running backs in those OTAs is Chase Edmonds is very quick, and I have noticed that Zaquandre White runs very high, which I don't like for a running back.
That's not good, actually. Yeah, I was
correct. It's not good. That's the one thing because I was keeping an eye on him, and that struck me as, man, the guy runs high.
Is he a big back?
No, I mean, no.
Sometimes big backs struggle to crunch down and have a lower level of a point of contact. That's the thing. So how tall is he? Is he like a 5'10" guy? Because I don't have it in front of me. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't have it in front of me. If I had to go like by visualizing, I don't know, maybe 6 feet.
Okay. All right, that's it.
No, and the thickest running back I've seen out there is Sonny Michel. It's not Zaquandre White, and then Sonny Michel is not going to be confused for Jerome Bettis. So, no, Zaquandre White is more tall and lean than he would be at bowling ball style, and that struck to me. And yeah, no, I've heard his name mentioned, and a lot of like fans are like telling me like, okay, so what happens when he makes the team? And this guy's going to be like a big surprise, and I'm like, simmer down. Whoa, I mean. He could be a great prospect and all that, but as with every rookie free agent,
right?
Reason he didn't get drafted.
Right. No, I'm with you there. I mean, again, that doesn't mean guys don't slip through the cracks and they find their way after, and with the Priest Holmes stories and all that kind of stuff. We get that it happens. There's no doubt about it. But I'm just wondering because he's written about it, and then he talked about it on our show, and I was just wondering if he's caught your eye because, again, without hitting, I can't get I can't get high or low about any lineman or running back or linebacker or defensive end or defensive tackle. Until there's no way a lineman has any kind of advantage until he's able to put on pads.
Correct. Because you can't hold your block. I mean, basically, there's not supposed to be any contact. To me, the OTAs, I look for how are guys moving, particularly guys coming off injuries. You want to see, for the quarterbacks, you want to see how does the ball come out of their hands. DBs, you want to see, again, how well they move, how well they can mirror a wide receiver, and all that good stuff. But for front seven play on defense, very little to go on. For the offensive linemen, again, the one note I wrote down on offensive lineman is Solomon Kinley is not moving well. So that's basically all I have. A lot more of it is learning technique and then applying those. And this would be stuff that the coaches would know. That's a lot tougher for us to pick up on.
Yeah, and look, you know how bad it is. I'm looking it up right now because I saw it this morning. I wasn't going to use it as a story, but you mentioned it. It shows you how difficult it is to prepare teams in the offseason. Somebody just lost a practice because they had contact. And so the NFL stripped a practice away from them because they ended up having some kind of contact. I'm trying to find the story now.
The Bears, I believe it was.
Yeah, I forgot the team, but that shows you. And to me, that's where this whole process becomes so much more difficult for coaches. Dude, you and I are old enough that we saw two-a-day practices. We saw mini camps where there was pads on and some contact at times. That all those things are all gone, bro. It's like for you, like one of the things that I love about talking with you, not only that you know the draft and you also have the long-term perspective of covering. How much has it changed for you as a reporter now? Because by training camp, we had a pretty good feel for teams. Now it has to start, I would feel, in training camp when you can start to get a feel for a team. So how's that changed for you?
I might even tell you that it goes beyond training camp, that you can have a feel. The problem is in training camp is you're practicing against each other. I remember some summers thinking, man, the Dolphins look good, but they were practicing against each other. And then preseason starts and it's like, well, they don't look quite as impressive. Then the regular season starts and it's like, man, they're bad. And nowadays there are a lot of teams. You'll see some teams, and New England was famous for that for many years. They would start off slow, but then they keep building up and building up and building up. And because there's so much less contact up until the start of the regular season, because even now in training camp, they're limited to a certain number of days. You don't get a truly a feel for what team you have until you're almost into the regular season, because you really know all you're doing now is you're projecting. And again, I've also been around long enough, and this is where I get into it with fans a lot, is the excitement, the optimism is absolutely great. I love it and all that, but there's no perspective. Okay, because it's June. Everybody's happy. Tyreek Hill loves everybody. Give me his contract. I will say something good about everybody and anybody. Which is why I wrote a few weeks ago of like these, and it's I understand it's part of the business, but us asking a player about his teammate,
what's he going to say?
There's only one answer. He's looking good, man. This guy's good, and you're looking maybe for the little anecdote. And those are actually, as each year goes by, it's getting harder and harder to even get some kind of anecdote. Like I asked Brandon Jones yesterday because he made the comment of how quickly he clicked with Javon Holland once they first got together, saying it was weird. And I'm like, okay, why was it weird? Had you heard something bad about the guy? What was it about that clicked? And you just don't get anecdotes. It's like, no, we had similar personalities and all that. And and then you're going to get the generic comments of, oh, he's a great player. I mean, I'm excited to see what he can do. Okay.
Something that you do get a little bit at this level for you is maybe coverage with corners, with receivers at times. You just mentioned the guy that I'm kind of interested in, Brandon Jones. I love this kid. I love his nose for the football. I love his want, his need for contact. I think he's a fantastic safety that will develop into a great run supporter, and he already is pretty good. But coverage is his thing. Have you been able to see anything with him in coverage over these few practices that you've been able to have? Because to me, reading and reacting is the one thing that's left for him. It's not a super priority for him like it is for Javon Holland to have the range and all that. But at times, he's going to have to get caught up in some kind of coverages, and that's one of the things that I was worried about. Like, I think it might have been you or it might have been Omar, or one of the guys said something that Tyndall did a nice job in coverage the other day, which is actually one of his negatives. That's actually one of the things that people think he needs to work on. So that was good to hear that he was reading and reacting on that one play there. Have you seen anything with Brandon in that sense?
Yeah, I'd be lying if I told you I have. And I don't really think he's been isolated. And
Okay.
Like man-to-man coverage. So I don't want. I will, if you want though, I will address Tyndall. There were two plays that stood out. One of which is he came over the top to knock a pass away from Skylar Thompson intended for Ethan Carter over the middle, where Thompson took too long, and that the last few practice that we've seen has become a pattern for him. Is like having a hard time finding open receivers quickly. And then the other play where Tyndall was involved actually got beat down the sideline by Savon Ahmed on a wheel route.
Okay.
Which is a tough assignment because Ahmed can run
fast.
But,
yeah.
I mean, he wasn't.
That's exactly the kind of stuff that he's going to get caught up in at times, and that's the one weakness in his game that people talked about. They told me he has to work on is the pass coverage. They like him in everything else. I think most of the NFL guys I talk to, they love him in all the other areas. It's the pass part that he's got to work on. That's why I asked that, because you can get a little feel for that, at least the reading and reacting, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and I'll be honest with you, I'm not convinced he's going to get a whole lot of playing time on defense as a rookie. I
can see a second half maybe. I can see that. I can understand that. Sure, early on, you have to. Yeah, he's got to earn that trust, of course.
A whole lot of special teams for him in 2022 would be my guess.
Yeah. By the way, what's your gut tell you? Does Watson even play this year? Because I don't know how the NFL allows him to play with all this crap.
With every new allegation that comes out, the New York Times report, I mean, it's bad. And then now the Texans are going to get caught up in that too if they, facilitated everything. This is going to get ugly. And I wrote about that yesterday. That it turned out well that the Dolphins did try to make a trade happen. Eventually, they pulled off because they couldn't get all 22.
Thank God.
Lawsuits to be settled with NDAs, according to Rusty Harden, Watson.
Well, that part I'm not sure if that's Rusty Harden. It's a lawyer.
Except what purpose would he have to say it if it's not true?
To make it sound like everybody wanted his guy and that everybody was dying to get his guy, and so he can lie about it where he knows the Dolphins can't challenge and they're not going to get into that muddy water anyway. So he can say whatever the hell he wants. It's a lawyer, bro. And that lawyer with the whole and the latest thing he pulled off with the whole happy endings thing, which is just like, really, dude?
No, that was bad.
That was disgusting. Like, no massage is about happy endings. None. The only massages that are happy endings are happy ending massages,
right? Because
they started for the purpose of a happy ending. But when the man or woman is working on a knot on your back or your thigh or whatever, the last thing you're doing is getting an erection. Okay? What you're screaming is, oh, yeah, that's it. That's the spot. That's not sexual activity, bro. Okay? All right? So, that's a lawyer just. That's why I have a problem trusting any lawyer like that, that is defending dirty people. That's all.
Yeah, fair enough. We can, like I said, again, to me, it's like, why would he, that particular part of it, why would he make it up? But anyway, the one thing that's interesting though, is I would tell you that right now, I'm thinking it's probably unlikely the Dolphins will be facing Watson when they play Cleveland on November 13th, which means our good friend, Jacoby Brissett. So that Cleveland game all of a sudden becomes a lot easier.
Jabroni. Yeah. We're going to face a jabroni. I love it.
Unless they do a 180 and stick with Baker Mayfield, although I think that ship has sailed.
Let me tell you something. That game is going to be so monumental because even Byron Jones will have an interception in that game. And he doesn't get a lot of interceptions.
He doesn't get a lot of interceptions.
So that tells you how plentiful that game will be with Jabroni, that even Byron Jones will have an interception in that game. Okay. Noah Igbenogany is going to have an interception in that game. X is going to say, kid, go out there and steal one for the hell of it. This is like the Marlins playing the Nationals. Go ahead. Have fun.
Or they'll throw 5 passes the entire game and let Nick Chubb run the whole day.
By the way, aren't the Nationals the former Expos?
Mm-hmm.
Did you become a Nationals fan?
Hell no.
I'm just
asking.
asking.
A triple no.
Okay, I'm just asking. I mean, you lost your team in Montreal. I figured you'd at least follow them. It's not like you're living in Montreal. You're living in Miami, so you might as well follow them to what? You would have had a championship at least.
It's pretty close to baseball is dead to me after what Major League Baseball did to the Expos and to Montreal.
I feel you, man. I feel you.
It's like Colorado winning the Stanley Cup right after they moved from Quebec. I
think the thing with Montreal Expo fans is it's 94, bro. You know, because not only do you lose your team, but then when you had the team, the strike happens.
Mm-hmm.
And we all know we were headed for an Expos Yankees World Series pretty much. That's kind of what it was going to happen. And by the way, not for nothing, that might have been one of the great World Series of all time. Okay? Because those were two excellent teams. I mean, that Spos team made so many other teams better because everybody stole off that team. God. So I think that's the bitterness that magnifies it for Expos fans. That not only did we lose our team, but dude, we got screwed in 94 when we had a great chance to win a championship. And by the way, if I'm correct, that would have been the only chance that Felipe would have had for a World Series, correct?
I believe you are correct. And you want to piss me off even more talking about Expos? Tell me Montreal fans don't support a baseball team when they were drawing around 3 million in the early 80s when they were contending every year.
I don't want to hear that.
They stopped going once there was no money to put into the team and they couldn't compete, and then Major League Baseball started screwing them every which way.
Right. I don't blame Marlins fans.
Correct.
Dude, they built you your stadium. You got your stupid lease. You got your revenue streams. Well, what more do you want?
Mm-hmm.
It's your job now. Don't expect us to go just because we're going to show up. You know, Mickey Harrison earns his loyalty. The Dolphins, they haven't earned it in the last 20 years, but Shula did it for them.
Yeah, that's ingrained too.
Huh?
That's ingrained into a lot of older fans.
Right, exactly. But that's what I'm saying. It's just you got to go earn it. I don't blame the Expos. The fans came out when you actually were putting together a team. But, you know, this whole thing of, oh, you got to support your team no matter what. No, screw you, dude. If you're not trying to win.
Bingo.
What, you want me to go spend my money because you're not trying to win?
Yep. No, do you remember the year that the Expos were owned by Major League Baseball before the transfer? They were in contention in September, and Major League Baseball refused to allow them to bring up players from the minors when they were allowed in September.
Right.
I mean, talk about a big FU to the Expos and the people of Montreal, and
that
was the last of 17 straws.
Yeah. They completely screwed Montreal. Yeah, they had no business losing their team. It's the same thing with the Browns. You know, they had no business losing their team. The Sonics. You know, the fans came out, dude. It was you had to get through the whole arena deal with Key Arena and all that mess. You know, it's just it's crazy stuff.
Raiders.
Yeah. You're right. I mean, they've been a very loyal fan base. They have just been mistreated over and over and over. Although in a twisted way, the Raiders have grown their fan base because of the pops to Northern and Southern California back and forth, and now you add Nevada. And it's like, and they've stayed loyal in that triangle now because they'll fly up north, they'll fly down south, now they'll fly east. And it's all affordable flights. So they've actually, in a way, kind of grown their fan base in a twisted way.
Yeah, except half the people at the games at Allegiant Stadium are like, you know, casino patrons.
Well, yeah, I mean, but you knew that was coming in Vegas.
Correct.
It's a destination place, which is. By the way, it's super smart. Every league should have a team there because you know half the arena is going to be from the other team, and it's going to help your economy in every way possible. It's a coup to have a team there. But the most screwed up part is I thought basketball was going to be the first one in Vegas. They're going to be the last because probably the A's will make it there before them, which I don't even know why they're going to do a deal with the A's. Again, they don't spend.
Yep.
It's like money ball without money.
Mm-hmm.
That's what Theo Epstein said. Yeah, you know, I like that money ball stuff. I'll just add money to it and then it'll work, you know, and that's it. You know, that's kind of what it is. What are you working on there at Sports Illustrated?
Continuing the countdown with the jersey numbers matching the number of days to the start of the regular season. Today's number 91. I would imagine Dolphin fans probably could guess
Cam
who
Wake.
the top one is.
Some guy named Cam Wake, right?
Who?
Cam Wake, right? Maybe.
Yeah, but I list the top three because some numbers are just kind of too obvious. It's more fun to do 1, 2, and 3. And 2 and 3.
Can you tell us?
No, I can't tell you. Right. People have to click on alldolphins.com to find the answer. Teaser alert. And then today we have a story on Raekwon Davis coming up.
Okay. Big year for Raekwon. I need him to become a force this year. If you don't have a thumper in the middle, and Landon is a thumper, but, he's a little up there in age. That's the one, I love Tyndale as the sideline guy. I think they still need to find a young thumper on that team, and they'll probably do that next year. But if you're not going to have that young thumper, then Raekwon Davis needs to be the ultimate disruptor. That's the way I kind of look at it.
Except to me, I think with the way they use their defense, what I think is missing on this team is a bona fide nose tackle, and at 6'7", 320, whatever he is. Not the body type for
just hold up some guys and let everybody else.
Correct, because there's a problem with leverage there because he's so tall. That's why your star run stuffers are short, round guys like Vince Wilfork,
Right.
That's
but he's a penetrator. He has that in him.
At times, to me, but I look at him, and to me, he's got prototypical 4-3 defensive tackle written all over him, and the Dolphins played more like 3-4 variation type of things.
Right, I got you. All right, follow him on Twitter at Poupart NFL and catch his exceptional work there at alldolphins.com, Sports Illustrated. Alan, we will catch up next weekend. Have some fun. I know we're having fun here in Daytona, baby.
Oh, sweet. We're headed to Tampa this weekend. So there
we go. We're in Flagler Beach all weekend long, man.
Nice.
There you go. All right, man. You be good.
Enjoy. Have a good weekend.
You got it. There you go. Alan Poupart in our Sports Grill Miami Dolphins report.
This has been the Sports Grill Miami Dolphins Insider Report with Alan Poupart, exclusively on the Big O Radio Show. Make sure you subscribe to the podcast and never miss a report. Search Big O Radio Show on most platforms. Visit Sports Grill in our sponsored locations in Miami on Bird Road and 114th and in Miami Lakes in the Royal Oaks Plaza.
And we're out here at Tortugas in beautiful Flagler Beach. Yes, sir. Scott Fox, Paul, all the great people out here taking care of us. Got an entire cooler of stuff there. The great Eddie Lepp is in the house. There he is. The man that made it happen. I love that, dude. Eddie, you're a stud. Appreciate you big time, man. Thank you all out there. By the way, I've shared with you guys, I told you guys a couple months ago that I'm wearing a hat to try to grow back my hair, and I'm working on getting it all back. And you should see, by the way, I don't know if Ed will give me his before and after pictures because he's been at it a little longer than I have. I'm going to see if he'll give them. Well, he's actually sent them to me, but I'm going to see if I can show them publicly to show you. I've shown you some of my progress, and it's getting better and better every day. And listen, it's not perfect because like this here has been dead for so long that it will not grow back. Okay. Now, Red Recover, it's also for pain, shoulder pain, neck pain, knee pain, hip pain, all kinds of pain, workout pain. So it helps in recovery on top of all of that. Sean did you bring it with you? Okay, good. He brought his Red Recover, and it promotes faster muscle recovery following your workouts. It also expedites the healing time from sprains and strains. This is why pro amateurs and recreational athletes use Red Recover. Hayden Hurst, by the way, tight end for the NFL Bengals. He uses Red Recover as part of his daily recovery program to optimize performances on Sundays. If you want to check out his testimonial, go to redrecover.com. And listen, the wearables, they have red and infrared wraps in the market with 3 different light wavelengths to help you optimize recovery and performance. Red Recover is 100% natural with no side effects. Go to redrecover.com. Use my discount code Big O. You got that? Discount code Big O to get 10% off. So if you've got some knee pain, some arthritic issues, maybe it's an old injury, or maybe it's just wear and tear and working out, you can use Red Recover 15 minutes a day. It's portable. This morning, while I was preparing for the show, I put on my hat for 15 minutes, and that's it. You know, I haven't had to use it for any kind of pain yet, so I can't talk about it for pain. If not, I would tell you how it would work for me. I'm intrigued with Sean. He's, I think, in day 2 now, right? So I think after 3, you start to really feel the difference. So, you know, I'm telling you, check it out. And on the website, they've got blogs, they've got videos there. So they explain everything. It's very self-explanatory. You can also send them an email to inquire about everything from the hats to everything else. redrecover.com and tell them that Big O sent you. They will definitely take care of you. Use our code Big O to get 10% off. All right. It is 12 o'clock. It is the top of the hour. Marcel Louis Jacques is going to join us in this hour at 12:30 with our myedgedrink.com Miami Dolphins report. Edge energy drink, baby. Best energy drink on the planet. I love Edge. By the way, John, I need some Edge. All right. I should have brought some Edge up here. I forgot I was going to bother John and I was going to get some Edge to bring it up here since, I am staying at a house and we got a nice little refrigerator. And of course, when I got there, Paul left me a bottle of Tito's vodka, which a little Tito's and a little Edge would have been just perfect. You know what I'm saying? So go to myedgedrink.com. Use my code again, Big O, so you can get 10% off your order. All right. What else do we have here? Darth Logan says, we actually played more zone coverage than man the 1 season and a half. So if you're going to go with that route, nice try. But Raekwon Davis wasn't lousy when he was playing. He wasn't lousy, but he has to get more dominant. He has to become more disruptive there. He has to be better. Okay. I like Raekwon Davis. I like the draft pick. I think he did a solid job, but you've got to play better. 6193, you want to find out prices, go to redrecover.com, my brother. I don't have the prices off the top of my head. I have no idea. Zero idea. So do a little work, bro. redrecover.com, reach out to them. You can find out right away and take advantage. All right, let's take a break. Hour number 3 is next.
When protecting your family is your priority, there's nothing more important than a roof above the people you love. Call Tommy B. Butts Jr. Enterprises.com, 954-735-9826 or 954-394-1411 and ask to speak to Tommy, the owner. They specialize in all kinds of roofs, led by their highly crafted, skilled, and professional roof mechanics. All of their previous customers have an opportunity to enter their bi-weekly drawings to receive free an exterior impact metal door. Please call for more details. That's Tommy B. Butts Jr. Enterprises.com, 954-735-9826 or 954-394-1411. Trust Tommy to fortify and protect what's most important to you, your family.
For over 16 years, EJDconstruction.com has provided South Florida residents quality craftsmanship, accurate project management, and exceptional service. That's why EJDconstruction.com is an A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. When you're looking for the right custom home builder for additions or home remodeling, please call my friend Eric at 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
With more than 62 years of litigation experience handling insurance disputes, Welton Rayom is committed to resolving even the toughest insurance claims quickly. At Welton Rayom, they don't get paid unless you win. They handle complex personal injury claims caused by the fault of another in both state and federal courts. They handle auto, trucking, motorcycle, slip and fall, and bicycle accidents. Call 954-966-4646. That's 954-966-4646. Welton Rayom can help.
What? Oh, look.
Welcome to Red Light Therapy, a revolutionary technology perfected by NASA to aid in muscle strengthening and recovery. Red and infrared light has the capacity to penetrate deep into the cell's mitochondria, potentially leading to increased energy, faster recovery, and the optimal performance your body demands. Train, fight, recover.
When you move, you need a reliable company led by passionate folks, eager to assist its customers during a transitional process that needs to be smooth. Call Essential Moving Experts at 844-368-5750 for all your local and long-distance moving needs. You can rely on Essential Moving Experts. Mention the Big O Show and get $150 off. Family owned and operated, they offer free 30-day storage, full-service moving, fully licensed, bonded, and insured. Moving was never so easy. EssentialMovingExperts.com. The Big O Radio Show is looking for partners to join our growing platform. If your business is ready to reach an audience that starts in Florida, crosses the nation while expanding internationally, this is the program that provides that vehicle. The Big O Radio Show is ready to broadcast live anywhere in the world to represent your event or product. To reach out by phone, 786-754-4664. That's 786-754-4664. Or email bigoradioshow@yahoo.com. Help us grow as we provide the content and personal connection corporate entities will never achieve.
Why is it that you get locked out in the worst moments of your life?
Where are my car keys? Man, I can't find my house keys.
In those frustrating moments, you need a locksmith you can count on. A. Lenny Locksmiths in South Florida, from Miami to Port St. Lucie. In Central Florida, A. Lenny locks it down in Orlando and Tampa Bay. Lockouts or lock changes for home or business. Car key replacements and programming all model cars. 24-hour service. Call them at 855-869-5625. Go to the website at alennylocksmith.com.
The viewpoint, statements, or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc., ownership, management, sponsors, or website.
The Big O Radio Show is brought to you by Caneswear. Go to Caneswear.com, where all orders over $99 get free shipping. Sloman's Total Home Security. Protect your home with the best in the business. 1-800-ALARM-ME for the company serving America for nearly 100 years. 1-800-ALARM-ME. Tommy B. Butts Junior Enterprises.com. Licensed roofing contractor. 100% financing is available. Go to Tommy B. Butts Junior Enterprises.com.
When it comes to South Florida sports teams, very few in the media have witnessed, lived, and covered it like the Big O. Let's start the program dedicated to your favorite South Florida teams with a passion that's unmatched. The Big O Radio Show is on. Here's the Big O.
Although Darth Logan says also RIP to the Big O Show. Well, I didn't know we died. I don't know. Apparently I'm dead. Yeah, apparently I ran to the light. I'm dead. By the way, Alan and his lovely girlfriend came by. And is it girlfriend or wife? Now I always get that confused. I do that always with you. I didn't do it, but Alan was here. He's here out there hanging out with the lovely wife. I think it is, or girlfriend. I think, I'm not exactly sure. Eddie Lepp is in the house also. We're just talking now. And you slackers out there, you live in Flagler Beach or hang out or Daytona, or come on by. You're in St. Augustine, come on by. Don't bring me any stinking Fountain of Youth water, okay?
I'll drink every one that's brought.
Yeah, Sean's ready to drink all the Fountain of Youth water. Anyway, I guess we're back from the dead. Oh, his feed froze? That's what it is? Okay. Okay. All right. Where are the Watson jock riders these days? Still hating on Tua, or will you admit you were dead wrong yet? That is an interesting point, Mob Rule. I wonder where are all the Watson people now, the Dolphin people that wanted Watson. Do you still want Watson? Do you still want to go through the hell? Because you would have signed him, you would have given up some picks, and then he wouldn't have played this year. And you would have had to deal with another year of jabroni. So think about that. I'm just saying, it's just, for those of you that were so hooked on Watson, Mob Rule brings up a great point. Where are all, for me to wait, of course, I am waiting to unleash the Kraken on the people that have been Tua haters and doubters and all that stuff. I will unleash the Kraken on those people. But think about this. Where are all those Watson people now after they see this disaster? 2 extra lawsuits, the New York Times article. It just becomes an even bigger circus than it was in Houston. Because Cleveland has given up, the guaranteed money, they can still back out of that deal, but they really can't back out of that deal ever. Do you know why? They gave up all the draft picks. They're not getting the draft picks back. That's it. You lose. So they're stuck with him no matter what. That's how despicable this situation is. They've got to go all the way and all down in flames with this guy. So if more lawsuits come, if more suspensions come, they've got to live with it. They cannot even cut the cord because they gave up all that draft capital. And all you morons wanted to give away all your draft capital that you had left for Watson. You would have had to get rid of Tua. And then what do you have left now this year? Instead, you were able to trade for Tyreek and sign and do all the things that you did. And now you got it. Now you have some hope. The Browns have no hope this year. Hope is out the window already because they don't have a quarterback. Dude, they're so dysfunctional. They may have to count on Baker Mayfield, who, by the way, is excused right now from the mini camps because it's such a mess. They don't even know who their QB is going to be now. That's what you guys wanted? Some of you out there? I hope at least, because I know I see there's 275 on the chat board. Should be plenty of you that say, my bad. So all you got to do, just put my bad. If you want to be at least man or woman enough, just say my bad, and we're good.
All they would have done if it would have turned and blamed the front office for doing the trade.
Right.
That's what they do.
Oh no,
they find somebody else. They go to
the Greer haters.
Everybody
would have now had all the fuel they needed to fire
right there. Yep.
But they're the ones also that wanted Watson.
Yeah, no, but now they forget about that, and then they go and find the next thing that they can be mad about at the Dolphins.
So,
portion of the fan base will never be happy no matter what. We can win a Super Bowl, and they'll still find something.
Exactly, Big O. They're all crickets, hiding and looking foolish like we've been telling them that this was going to happen. Lee Underwood says, the Watson people will say they just wanted to win in Miami and focus strictly on winning no matter the price. Well, that's, I believe on the price. And that this price is not worth paying. To be disgusting and vile and despicable, to want to have that at quarterback just because you need to win, yeah, no, I don't want to win that badly. What your boy, The Miz? Did you see him? Oh, no.
He's a huge Cleveland fan.
Go to Pro Football Talk.
Yeah.
The Miz says he's not wearing his jersey.
Yeah. Well.
He goes, I'm still a Browns fan, but I am never going to wear that guy's jersey.
Yeah, the Watson jersey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I personally would have been disgusted with the Dolphins watching Watson in that uniform.
Oh,
with all this crap going on, I would have been so disappointed in Stephen Ross, so disappointed in Chris Greer, incredibly disappointed in a franchise that I absolutely love and want the best for them. But this would have been so embarrassing and desperate and stupid and insulting to women and everyone. I'm so glad that they got rid of the guy that was just putting logs in that fire for that the whole time. Same guy that wanted Jordan Love wanted Deshaun Watson. Remember that. The same guy that wanted to keep Tua on the bench because he thought he could win with Jabroni Brissett until he realized that he couldn't win with Jabroni Brissett and he left Tua in the game. So the same guy that couldn't win a challenge, the same guy that went with Jabroni over Tua, the same guy that wanted Jordan Love, the same guy that wanted Watson, that's the guy they got rid of. Just the same guy that couldn't build an offensive staff. It's the same guy. Okay? So this is why we're in a better place right now as a Dolphin nation. With that guy, we would have been in turmoil. With that guy, we would have been in, sexual misconduct hell. So, by the way, did you like Flo and you wanted Watson? By the way, do you have a friend that wanted Flo, wanted Watson, loved Tannehill, and didn't think Tua could play? Because that guy's a doozy right there. Is any of your buddies like that? Because I might have reminded you now of somebody that you know. You know what? That's right. That's right. John wanted Watson. John liked Flo. John was believing in Ryan Tannehill, and John didn't think Tua could play. If you have that friend, have a field day. Oh, my God, don't let him ever live it down for a day. Like, when you're hanging out with him, where do you want to go? Well, I want to go here. Well, nah, dude, you wanted Watson, you wanted Flo, you thought Tua couldn't play, and you like Ryan Tannehill. Yeah, no, you're not the guy. No, we can't do that. We're not going there. That's the guy. Yes, that's the guy. That's the guy that's a donation in fantasy every year. Yes, but it's the guy you don't take any advice from. Every time he's got advice, thanks, but no thanks. You like Tannehill. You didn't think Tua can play. You wanted Watson, and you wanted Flo. I know I hit the trigger on one of you guys. I know one of you has a friend that fills all four boxes. And I just gave you the ammo of a lifetime. Lifetime. You're in the middle of a conversation. Everybody has suggestions. He throws up one. You can't take his word. Why? He wanted Flo. He wanted Watson. He thought Tannehill could play, and he thought Tua couldn't. Everybody will look at him like, wow, what's wrong with that guy? You got to have somebody, Let's see. Tua was my guy on draft day, says Jesse in Minneapolis. He's my guy now. Y'all just get that popcorn ready. Nyborg says the Watson trade debacle last year was the first and only time in my 50-plus years following the Dolphins that I seriously contemplated switching teams' allegiance. You weren't the only one, Nyberg. There were other people that I talked to that said if they add that guy, I'm no longer rooting for this team. What did Rouse say? Where is he?
He said, "Not this John." As far as you're.
Oh, I got you. Lee says, you do know outside observers watch Florida and look at what your governor does and say Florida would do anything to get attention. Hey, man, our governor is, he does some stuff that is crazy, and now as much, there are things I do agree with him on, and there are things I don't agree with him on, but that's every politician pretty much. That's why I'm not Democrat or Republican, because it's just both sides are all messed up. But there are some things he does really good, so he's brought a ton of businesses here by keeping everybody open. It was kind of gambling, but, in the end, it paid off.
Well,
it paid off.
Two Extremes said you just named Omar Kelly with that.
I don't think he was a Tannehill guy.
So he checked 3 of the 4 boxes.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, because well, the problem with Omar is that he was a Tua guy and then he's not a Tua guy.
Yeah,
it wasn't like he was an anti-Tua guy from the get-go. No, he was a Tua guy, dude. Safed Dean just reposted that video of him in the podium on the draft, and he's drooling all over himself watching Tua. So you figure, okay, well, he likes Tua then, but now he doesn't like Tua now. But don't worry about it. He's protected. He'll tell you he liked Tua anyways. Oh. And the flow thing is also a weird one. Come on, guys. Leave the Browns alone. We're stuck on the 72. It's 50 years ago. Yeah, the Browns are stuck even deeper than that, bro. The Browns, last time they won it wasn't even called a Super Bowl. That's how long it's been. It was an NFL championship when they won it, right? It was in the 50s, right? 50 something, like 7 or 55, 57. I think they have like 2 championships during that time. Let's see. He may need a little AC love today. Although, no, I got to say, Paul came through. That fan just balanced everything out, bro. That fan did good. Yep. The name John and the guy with the 2 first names are now in the Big O Hall of Shame. What we have a Hall of Shame? Is we should start?
I think we should do something like that, to where we can have, the man with 2 names and all them. Get him enshrined in something.
We should enshrine the man with 2 names and some of these other folks. Yeah. There's something
like a Hall of Shame. That's done.
Yeah. Everybody's done Hall of Shame, right? So yeah. So we've got to come up with the blind ass hall. Since we have the blind ass fan.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But are they all blind asses? Some of them are just dumb.
Right. That's true. That's true. That happens.
We have dumbness.
Well, we got a lot. We got nearly 300 people on the chat board right now. Somebody's got to come up with some kind of a title. I mean, people help this show out all the time. Oh, who do you imagine being the Foo Fighters drummer with their Hawkins tribute concerts? That's a great question. I have zero clue. I would get Mike Portnoy, since I'm a big Mike Portnoy fan. By the way, those of you asking, I have the notes here since you brought it up. September 3rd in London at Wembley Stadium will be the Taylor Hawkins tribute show, and September 27th at the Kia Forum in Los Angeles. Those are the 2 concerts. Let me pull up the article for you all out there, just in case. I was thinking about this because obviously this was one of those that kind of caught my attention, because you look at it and you say, okay, well, you're going to have these Taylor Hawkins. It says the Foo Fighters will come together with the Taylor Hawkins family to celebrate life, music, and love of their husband, father, brother, and bandmate with the Taylor Hawkins tribute concerts. Taylor's talents and magnetic personality endeared him to millions of fans, peers, friends, and fellow musical legends the world over. Millions mourned his untimely passing while on tour in Bogota, Colombia on March 25th. With passionate and sincere tributes coming from fans as well as musicians Taylor idolized, the Taylor Hawkins tribute concert will unite several of those artists, the Hawkins family, and of course, his Foo Fighter brothers in celebration of Taylor's memory and his legacy as a global rock icon. His bandmates and his inspiration playing the songs that he fell in love with and the ones he brought to life. The shows will take place September 3rd at London's Wembley Stadium and September 27th at the Kia Forum in Los Angeles. The lineups for each show will be announced shortly. And it goes on to talk a little bit more about it. The tickets for this show is going to be just out of this world. You know that there's going to be some great special guests. Now, let me run something by you, Dougie Fresh, that I thought about when I was reading this article. They might have Taylor Hawkins doing the drumming. Oh, they did? Well, on video.
I remember seeing that name on somebody asked the same question, kind of what Dougie did, and then they put, I believe it was Taylor Hawkins.
Well, they could do some of it, not the whole concert. But I'll give you an example. When you go see The Who, right? We know John Entwistle is no longer with us. One of the great bassists of all time. The guy didn't move a bit. He just stood there, but those fingers were flying the entire time. I mean, John Entwistle was awesome. So what they'll do in the Who at times, they'll bring Entwistle back playing a song, and you'll see, and it'll be focused on his fingers flying through the frets and all that stuff. Jason Bonham, when you do the Bonham Led Zeppelin experience, you go see Jason Bonham, he will drum with his dad. Back and forth and together, you know? So I would not be surprised if for a couple of songs or a song, they will have a Taylor Hawkins type thing, because I would imagine with all the video that they've shot over the years, they've had a camera that was focused only on Taylor because they're that big. They should be able to do something like that. So I would not be surprised if you see a little Taylor Hawkins doing his own drumming. As for what other ones, I don't know, but that'll be interesting. But that'll be one. I got to tell you that not that I'm going, but man, I would love to go to that concert. Those are not two. One of the concerts I would love to go to. September 27th in the Kia Forum. That's 4 days before my birthday. And September 3rd in London and Wembley Stadium. Obviously, it'll be a little cheaper for me to go to LA than London and Wembley Stadium. Although I still got to go to Wembley for a concert because it's still on my bucket list to go for a concert. By the way, I might as well, since we're at a little music, might as well give you a little something on today in music history. Since we always have a little something for you on music history. Sometimes we get to it, sometimes we don't. In 1972 on this date, Bruce Springsteen signed with Columbia Records and started to assemble the E Street Band from various former bandmates in Asbury Park. Together they began work on their first album, Greetings from Asbury Park, New Jersey. In 1977, George Harrison divorced Patty Boyd, who would then go on to marry George's friend, Eric Clapton. In 1978, the Stones released Some Girls. That was the first album with guitarist Ronnie Wood as a full-time member. By the way, I bought that album in Passaic, New Jersey, in a mall, not like a strip mall, not a strip mall, like just a street that had a bunch of shops and it had a record store. And it must have been about 2 miles away from Lincoln number 4. So I don't know if anybody in Jersey and Passaic, because that's where my cousins lived. And I believe that might have been the summer of Son of Sam, because I know I was there in 77, 78, and 79 in the summers of 77, 78, and 79 in Jersey. And I believe 78 was the one of Son of Sam, right? I believe. Might have been also going on at the same time. Doobie Brothers in 1989 reformed after a 7-year hiatus on this date. In 2003, Radiohead released their 6th studio album, Hail to the Thief. And this is classic, of course. In 98, Oasis' Liam Gallagher got into a brawl with Simply Red's Mark Hucknall. Holding back the years, right? In London. And it happened at a hotel bar where Liam, who at the time was 25, approached Mick, who was celebrating his 38th birthday. Gallagher took issue with some of the things Mick said about the band in a recent interview and berated Hucknall. Mick threw Liam against a wall and security broke them up. I kind of get the feeling that Liam Gallagher is one big pussy. I got to be honest with you. You know, you kind of get, Hucknall looks like the kind of guy that while he's singing Holding Back the Years, when he gets off the stage, he'll take 4 shots of whiskey and then punch you in the mouth because you think his hair looks funny. You know, he's like that guy because he's that guy that was probably ridiculed a lot. So he had to kind of learn to fight and defend himself. Kind of like, let me just date myself. We go back to Porky's and we go back to the Jewish kid scene, right? And he goes, when you're Jewish, you learn to fight or get your ass kicked, right? Or something like that, he says. You know, that kind of stuff. So, yeah. So, something tells me my money's on Mike Hucknall, not on Liam Gallagher. Don't know why. Luis Garcia is asking me if I like the new Bad Bunny album. I'm just not into any of that reggaeton. My daughter was like, "Oh no, you should take a time and listen to it." And I'm like, "I have. It just does nothing for me, man. I'm sorry, it just does nothing for me." So I get it. Bad Bunny's amazing. He's a monster. He's enormous. Yeah. Is Marcel in yet? Oh, he had a little delay. Okay. Jay Gelfin says Bruce Springsteen does it with Clarence Clemens too. Bruce Springsteen is the man, bro. I love Bruce Springsteen. Dougie Fresh says Stuart Copeland played with the band a few times as they love him. I think it will be him. Wow, that'd be pretty cool. Stuart Copeland's so good, man. So good. Jazz drummers can just translate to anything they feel like doing. I think fundamentally jazz drummers are the best drummers in the world. And they're the ones that can branch out to more things than anybody else. Lee Underwood says, I am on the transplant list for a liver. I would love any ideas for a bucket activity with music. I own about 5,000 plus CDs. Well, good luck to you, Lee, man. I hope you get that transplant, my brother. Brooklyn Rob says, Summer of Sam was 77. I was 8. Okay, so it was 77. There you go. I knew I was there, but it was 77. So I knew I was 77, 78, 79. I was there in Passaic, New Jersey, the entire summers for that. Son of Sam was 76, 77, had a pen pal who lived in Queens during that time. Yep. Huh? Was the pen pal what? Son of Sam? I don't know. We got to ask him. Let's see. What else do we have? What's the segment that needs the name O? Well, we instead of we like the man with the man with 2 first names. We want to put him in a hall, but not a hall of shame. We don't want to do that, but it's kind of, whether they're crazy or they do dumb things or they say wacky things, we want to put them in a hall. So we've got to come up with something, but not Hall of Fame, not Hall of Shame. So we got to come up with something. So that's what it is. So it's up to you guys there. Tony Sports Bar and Grill in Atlanta. Is that our next stop?
Few that's come across for Atlanta. There's been, actually, I think Eddie Lepp threw in a name for one of the ones in Atlanta as well early on.
Chad says, agree. Oh, jazz drummers are the best. Ginger Baker is one of my favorites, making my son play drums. So I always have one as a bass player. Yeah, drums are so important, man. So important. And Ginger Baker. Hey, man. That's creme de la creme right there. That is probably top 5 easily. But, I mean, whatever. If you want to put him in the top 10, I'll allow you. But, don't go telling me Ginger Baker is somewhere in your top 20. That's unacceptable. He is one of the greats of all time. Arnaldo also says, Big O, I agree 100% about jazz drummers. To me, Buddy Rich is the greatest. Lee Underwood says, saw Copeland in Gulfport in 83. All the women kept yelling at Sting to get naked. Well, I mean, it's Sting. You figure. In 83, Sting is like on top of the world. He's loving everything. What do you got?
The wrestler Sting?
Yeah, that guy. Exactly.
Okay. Face paint and all?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. That Sting right there. That's exactly the Sting we're talking about. By the way, Sean Williams, the great Sean Williams at Essential Moving Experts, they're here in Daytona, and I think Sean's going to come by tomorrow. But you can mention me and you get $150 off. If you're looking to move, Essential Moving Experts, give them a ring, folks. Check it out. Go to essentialmovingexperts.com, 844-368-5750. Moving was never so easy, whether it's long moving services, home moving services, office relocation, long distance moving from wherever, California to Georgia, from Georgia to Florida, from Florida to North Carolina, wherever you're going, reach out to Essential Moving Experts. Mention my name, get $150 off. Flat rates, no surprise charges out there, safe and efficient loading and unloading practices at all time, folks. You want more, go to the website, essentialmovingexperts.com, or go to support@movinghelpdesk.com. Essential Moving Experts, man. And they're in Dolphins colors too, which we love that. Caravan of Clowns. Is that what you would put? The Caravan of Clowns? Apparently that key lime pie is really popular here. Apparently. I see folks are chowing down that key lime pie. Let's see. The Oh No Hall of Shame. See that, but we don't want to go off of the Hall of Shame thing because that's been done so much. So we've got to get like something a little bit more creative. That's all. We get a little more creative, we'll be all right. So the Marlins players, we talked about this. They had their 90-minute meeting. Craig Mish broke it down for us yesterday. It looks like they didn't really accomplish much. They did win yesterday in 10 innings, 2-1. And by the way, Sandy again, 0 earned runs in 9 innings, dude. I mean,
why can they not score runs when he's on the mound? What changes?
Remember Randy Johnson went through that one year where
I guess they just know they can take the night off in a way.
Was it
right?
was he with the Yankees or was he with Seattle? Now I'm forgetting. I think it was Seattle. But there was one year where Randy just would not get, wait a minute. Didn't a Mets pitcher go through that just like 2 years ago?
Was it Noah?
No, Syndergaard. Yes, Syndergaard.
Yeah.
Like I thought he would go, and he also had terrible. It happens, bro. Now, the Marlins don't have a great offense, although
they don't.
Lately they've had a couple of these games where they just produce a ton of runs. And it's
if
like
Sandy doesn't pitch, it seems like they can score 12.
Didn't they?
13. They scored 26 in the doubleheader.
Didn't they just score 12 against the
The night
Nationals?
before, 12-2, and then they go 2-1. Although Craig Mish did say the guy was 1-9 with a 9-point something.
Right. Yeah. They had a crappy pitcher. And today is Steven Strasburg. And you know the story. You know the story behind Strasburg. Okay, so he was the World Series MVP. Right after that, remember he had such an injury-riddled career, and remember they put him on ice the first go around where they thought they could make a run, and this time they played him out, and he was awesome. He was the MVP. They gave him a $245 million contract. He's made 7 starts since that $245 million contract. Today, he makes his debut. Today, he makes his debut against the Marlins. The man, since the World Series, has made 7 starts. Like, this is one of the great talents that came up in the pitching department. And you think about Steven Strasburg without injuries, and we're talking about one of the great pitchers of all time, first ballot Hall of Famer, all of that. He's not making the Hall because of all the injuries. But anybody that knows who Steven Strasburg is, has followed him in his career, knows that the good Lord blessed him with amazing talent, but terrible luck. Well, I don't know. He did get the $245 million contract. So, yeah, and he got the World Series. But he earned that World Series MVP. He ain't earning that $245 million contract right now. So tonight it's Trevor Rogers, who, by the way, has pitched like crap, 2-5 and a 5.8 ERA. Yeah. Yeah. So just crazy stuff today, man. And the Marlins have their meeting. They don't solve anything. And apparently the young players aren't acting professional. And your problem is that your veterans aren't established enough or aren't good enough to be the leaders that you need in the clubhouse. And then your young guys can't lead because they're young. It's such a screwed up dynamic, and that's because you have failed to spend on real stars. That's something you needed. You needed it desperately in that clubhouse. You needed a couple stars. Sandy is becoming that guy, but he's still so young that if George Soler does something wrong, can Sandy actually put him in his place? Not really. You know what I mean?
And you also wanted to kind of be an everyday player. I mean, pitchers
right.
normally can
You're
take
right.
that, but again,
Great
you
point.
wanted to be an everyday player, and I think
Jazz is the only guy that would be
Jazz and maybe Soler, but Soler's new.
No, but Soler's new. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
so
new.
he's got that.
But I
like
mean,
you talked
out of
about
the young
yesterday.
guys that have been here for a couple of years, it would be Jazz.
Yeah, but I almost feel like with his personality,
Like Brian Anderson also, he's been there for a few years, but he's not really a frontline player. So
I almost feel, honestly, with Jazz's personality and the way he plays the game, I feel like he's one of the guys on one of the sides.
Yes.
He's the leader of one of the sides.
yeah, of how you dress, I thought of Jazz.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I thought but then I'm going, but wait a minute. He's one of your best players.
Yes.
So if he's dressing, however, which I don't know if it is or not.
No, yeah, this is all.
Yeah.
We need I'm just
the
going
showing
off of,
up late shit, that's not acceptable in
no
anything.
matter who you are. Yep.
Yeah, that doesn't matter in anything. It matters right here too. He's not showing up late, and neither am I. Okay? We got to do our job. We got to do our job. You know what I mean? And you got to do your job. You got to show up. That part is unacceptable. I don't care who you are. But all the other stuff, the problem is that it's such a young and dysfunctional franchise at this point that it's really hard to develop that kind of leadership that you need that will keep that locker room straight. They need a couple of established veteran studs that can mother F everybody in that locker room, and everybody has to shut up and say, yes, sir, because you are who you are. Okay, I get you. You know what I mean? And they don't have that in this locker room, and that's the problem.
I don't think they have it with the coach either.
No.
I think Mattingly's kind
No,
of
Mattingly's not. Mattingly's too nice of a guy.
Yeah.
I'm not I've never been a Mattingly guy. I'm only a Mattingly player guy. I loved him as a player.
I honestly feel like
because he was a great guy as a player, great example of how to be professional and all that. He's a great man. He's a great human being. I just think he doesn't have, we talk about edge energy drink. That's my problem with Don Mattingly. I don't think he has an edge. And I don't care if you're Jim Leland or you're Joe Madden or you're You see, I'm trying to think of like a manager.
Oh, I kind of like that. Sorry.
What's that? What's that?
There's somebody put on the big list. Oh, morons.
Okay. Okay.
Can work on tweak it, but I'll just say it's not. Because I was trying to think of something with the way the O.
Or we add another one to the mountains of morons.
There we go. The Yoko Onos. I'm sorry I jumped on your
I like
spot.
that.
I'm sorry.
I like that. I like that. But what I'm saying is your manager has to have an edge too. And whether psychologically he has to be able to get to players, he has to be able to talk them down, talk them up. He's got to be able to tweak people. And I don't know, I don't believe Don Mattingly can do that. And I don't, you don't have that on that team. And you desperately need it on that team. They really need a manager that's won a couple of World Series to walk in there and kind of straighten it out. That would help out because if you don't have the players to do it, then it becomes that much more tougher. So for the Marlins, I don't know where they find that guidance because they don't have established veterans to lead and their young guys are too young to lead. And the manager, so it's kind of like, you know what I see with the Marlins right now? A dog chasing its tail. That's it. That should be their logo. Dogs chasing its tail. All right, let's go to a man that never chases his tail. And that's Marcel Louis Jacques. We talk about an edge. We talk about having an edge every day on the show. Marcel Louis Jacques has got the edge because he is on the edge. Energy drink, Miami Dolphins report.
Time to get the edge on the Miami Dolphins with our Edge Energy Drink Miami Dolphins report. When you want the energy drink that's delicious and smooth with zero aftertaste, you can only order Edge Energy Drink at myedgedrink.com. That's myedgedrink.com. Here's the ESPN Dolphin insider Marcel Louis Jacques.
All right. There he is, the man, the myth, the legend. How you feeling? I know you're not feeling as good as I am since I'm out here in Flagler Beach, just north of Daytona, as you can see.
No, definitely not, man. I'm actually, not feeling too well. Been trying to do some self-care here the past day and a half. I swear, man, I have not been sick this frequently. I don't know about ever, man. Definitely not in the last 3 years for obvious reasons, but it just feels like, bro, like at least once or twice a month.
NatureBee.com. Been taking it for 20 years. I rarely ever have a cold. In fact, mostly I get a cold when I accidentally leave my mouth open when I sleep and the fan hits me directly in my throat for like a nice half hour. And then that just, ruins that's the only time I've been getting a cold over the last couple of years. I've been taking Nature Bee for 20 years. So it's not something that it's a new sponsor or nothing. They've been with me for 20 years. I take those 2 golden capsules and, you can get it for energy. You can get it for stronger nails and digestion and all kinds of other things. But the thing I love the most and what it does for me, it boosts my immune system. And because I work with my voice every day, I hate having colds. I can't stand having colds because to talk for 3-4 hours a day with a cold, oh my God. Yeah, it's brutal. So naturebee.com, Big O, you get free shipping. I'm telling you, try it at least.
Pays the note.
Get a 3-month supply. Get on it for a month or 2, and then you'll see. And you tell me after that. All natural too, bro. All natural. Clean, green, and healing.
My mom is a doctor, so there's usually anytime, it's why I don't have I'll admit it shamelessly. I don't have a PCP. I don't have a primary care physician because I will always just call my mom. Hey, this is happening. She goes, get this medicine. Go buy this. Go do that.
Exactly.
I'm not gonna pay somebody else to do it. My mother is my doctor still.
But preventive care is very important. And where you're living now, every building is frozen. And every time you go outside, it's hot. And so the change of temperatures is drastic every time from your car to outside, from inside a building to outside. And then we're all virus filled now. So that's also floating around. So I'm just telling you, bro,
man.
try it.
So
Just
went out
give
to
it a try.
breakfast.
It's only a couple bucks, bro. Give it a
Went out
try,
to
and
breakfast
then
the other day, man, and like,
incentive.
I mean, you got kids just coughing into just open hands and then touching everything and putting their face on everything. It's like, oh God, man.
You
I feel
know
like
that you know I don't grab any door handle
more
anymore.
aware.
You know I don't grab any door handle anymore. I use my shirt. I grab the bottom of my shirt and I grab that every door handle. I do that now. I don't
I need to
touch
start
door handles.
traveling with I need to start walking around with hand sanitizers. I need to keep that thing on me once again.
You don't have one in the car?
In the car, I do. Yeah, in the car, I do. I mean, like when I pack my wallet or my pants before I leave the house, I go keys, phone, wallet. And during COVID, it was keys, phone, wallet, mask. And now it's got to be keys, phone, wallet, sanitizer.
Yeah, bro. It's a must, man. It's a must. Yeah, gas pumps are like nasty, bro. Like think about it. Everybody driving, and they're doing all kinds of, and then now they're touching that gas pump. It's nasty, bro. Nasty, nasty, nasty. Yeah, I actually have a bag of plastic gloves in my car for the gas to put gas. Seriously,
they used to give them away at the gas station up in Buffalo.
I know. I used to every time I would stop at a gas, I'd take 8 or 10 of them and stash them in my car. And then when they stopped giving them away and I ran out of them, I said, well, let me go on Amazon. And I could go to my car right now and go to the door and grab my bag and show you. I have a bag of gloves, because that's the nastiest thing that you could grab is that gas pump. That's the nastiest thing, dude. That thing's grabbed by 150 people every day. And God knows what they're doing in that car with their hands.
Oh yeah, that's why I always have the sanitizer as soon as I get back in the car. Just lather my hands up and get on my way.
So I'm asking today. I'm going around. What's your gut tell you? Does Deshaun Watson play a down in the NFL this year?
No way. No way, man. Calvin Ridley's over here getting a full season for a $1,500 bet, and
by the way, I totally understand that one. They warn you about that. They tell you about that over and over again. Your agents,
dumb rule, but it's a rule. But it's a rule.
But it's a rule, and you really shouldn't be betting on your own sport because it's not a good look for your sport. I don't care if he wants to bet on baseball or basketball. I'm good with that if that's what he wants.
Bet on college football if you have to bet on any sort of football.
There you go.
But yeah, so it's done. But come on, the precedent has been set. Set. You have to send a strong message here if you're the NFL. Yeah, there's going to be a section of people who are mad that if he ever plays again, period. That you can make the argument that he doesn't deserve to play again, period. But you very much cannot give him a light suspension.
Hey, you know what's better for your argument? What we've done to people for smoking weed.
Yeah,
ridiculous. So we'll hand you all kinds of drugs for your pain that will tear up your kidneys and your liver, and you might die from all this stuff, but you can't smoke a joint. No, and we're going to suspend you for 4 games. Oh, no, you're going to lose an entire year. Seriously, bro?
Yeah, no, you can't. You can't let him play this year, man. Look, at the very least, it's the personal conduct policy, right? At the very least, he put himself in and this is not what I'm saying he did. This is what I'm saying best case scenario.
Yes, sir.
He put himself in this position.
Yep.
He put himself in this position and brought a world of bad press and bad publicity to himself, to his team, to the league. There's a personal conduct policy in everybody's contract. This is a violation of that. You got to suspend him for a year.
And by the way, the lies on top of the lies on top of the lies. Because it all started with, no, we were just, I didn't order any sex. It was massage. Then when it started to come into light that there were sexual well, it was consensual.
Oh, it's not illegal. A happy ending's not like.
Yeah, and then the happy endings thing, and then the other thing comes out. You know what I mean? It's it's ridiculous. And as I've told everybody, and I'll tell you, no massage is about happy endings. None. Zero. When you go for a massage, you're in pain. Happy ending massages are for happy endings. But normally when you go for a massage and they're grinding that hamstring or that back or that knot, you're going, oh, yeah, that's it. That's the spot. Yeah. That's not sexual arousal.
Especially, not for an athlete, especially. So, no, man, look, I don't think
not for an old 55-year-old fart like me, that if I went to a massage and my back is all screwed up, I'm not getting excited when you're standing on my back and you're doing all these things. That's not something that gets you excited, bro. So that's why this lawyer is just a lawyer.
But I don't see a way the NFL can let him play this year. Because I mean, let's say they let him play and then more findings come out over the next, their next offseason. Now it's like and findings come out that absolutely incriminate him. Then you just let this man play because you were tired of talking about it, you're tired of investigating it, you wanted it to go away. Like
or you didn't take it serious.
Didn't take it seriously. So
and that's kind of been the unfortunate track record of this league for decades now, that crimes against women are not taken serious enough in the NFL.
No, I mean, it took a video coming out for Ray Rice to be seriously suspended. If the video doesn't come out, Ray Rice is probably playing in the league sometime in the last, we'll call it 5 years. He's playing. He plays a couple of seasons sometime in the last 5 years.
I would agree with that. Yeah.
But video comes out, and I'm surprised that Kareem Hunt is still in the league after that video came out. That's usually the end all be all. So, like when reports come out, people can read it, but ultimately, they're not faced with the reality of it. Like they can read it and put it out their minds. It's America, man. We read and forget like it's nothing. When a video comes out, when there's visual evidence of something, it's a lot harder to run from. It's a lot harder to ignore. So I'm stunned. I'm stunned that Kareem Hunt is still in the league based on what happened to Ray Rice. But either way, I just comes back to the same point. I would expect Jacoby Brissett to start this entire season for Cleveland.
Well, that'll be fun. Jacoby Brissett versus the Dolphins. I mean, look at the storylines you're going to have there to talk about Marcel. The great Jabroni Brissett is back playing against his former team, the West Palm Beach product. Right? I mean, those are some juicy storylines there.
Yeah, we'll see. I was hoping to not watch Jacoby Brissett again, but whatever.
Oh, I love it. All right, so
maybe it'll be better.
All right, so give me. You can't read into anything in camp, especially on the contact side, because there is none, except if you're the Chicago Bears, who lost out on a practice because they had contact. Tell me something that stood out to you, something that you liked from your last practice there.
Oh, man, this interior defensive line is going to be nasty, I think. I think Christian Wilkins, I spoke about it a little bit last time I was on the show. I think Christian Wilkins is still on that upward trajectory. I would expect a good season from him if he can carry this momentum into training camp once the pads come on. But not just him. I think Raekwon Davis, Jalen Phillips, these are all guys who are penetrating and getting in the backfield at will, especially Wilkins and Phillips. Would expect major things out of both of them. Also, everything that, obviously there's the Tua angle, and I think it's pretty important to remember that neither Byron Jones nor Xavier Howard practiced this offseason. So anything that he's doing against corners who are not Xavier Howard and Byron Jones. I don't think I can give specifics as who's playing on which team, but you have to be able to take things with a grain of salt, particularly the downfield passing. Like, it's good to see the arm strength there. It's good to see the arm strength there, the willingness, all of that, absolutely. But it's a little different doing that with Jones or Howard in defense versus.
By the way, Marcel doesn't want to tell you that Noah Monogamy is starting because he can't.
Nobody's really, and I could say this: nobody's starting per se. Like they're they're at a stage right now where like everybody is kind of mixing in with everybody. But I mean, like, let's do simple. It's deductive reasoning, right? If Xavier and Byron are not practicing, what other corners are on the roster? And just y'all can figure it out from there, I'm sure. But yeah, it was just And from an offensive perspective, it was unspectacular. And I don't mean that disrespectfully. I mean that it was not spectacular. They didn't stand out. There weren't a ton of splash plays. The run game looked a little improved, but there's no pads on. Tua's willingness to throw the ball downfield has always really been there. I don't want to, praise him for doing something that he's technically always done at practice. But it wasn't like, oh, this genius comes in, he waved the magic wand, and now all of a sudden they're the Kansas City Chiefs. Like there's some growing pains right now. They've got a lot of work to do.
Dude,
before this offense really comes.
growing pains in September and October, bro. They're not.
Yeah, and that's the.
They're not going to be a well-oiled machine. September, what is it, 11 or 9 or whatever the hell they open up? When do they open up? Whatever it is.
Schedule right now.
Whatever it is, that first week, they're not going to be a well-oiled machine. And if they are, then Mike McDaniel is one of the greatest coaches I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, like I mean, we'll see what. We'll see, what training camp is like for them. They do have a lot of time to kind of grow.
You don't hit enough in today's world in the off season to really be prepared. That's why you have to. Every team going, unless you're one of these teams that's been together 3, 4, 5 years, then that's different. You might be a little better gelled early on in the season because there's a lot of continuity. But the lack of a time that there is for preparation, dude. When I was a beat guy, there was pads on in mini camps. There were contacts at times in mini camp. I saw them, 20 years ago, I saw them do inside drills. That shit don't go on. That barely goes on in training camp.
There's no point in hitting really in May. I think science backs that. But I think it's important to remember.
I don't care about the science, but as a reporter, I had a better feel for a team 20 years ago watching it than you guys do now. Now it's a crapshoot now for you guys. It's impossible to really guess exactly what's going to happen because there's so much unknown right now, man. It's unfair.
That's why, whenever I leave practice, we're not allowed to live tweet, which makes it a little bit more difficult. What I try to do is if I have multiple thoughts from a practice, I try to just start a thread and save it in my drafts as I go. But that's why, I don't put out a notebook. I don't put out 700 tweets about what happened at OTAs and minicamp because we're just going to hyperanalyze things that are still very much a work in progress. I will give you the splash plays, what was memorable. Tua throw hits on a couple 40 and 50-yard touchdowns. I told y'all. Tua throws a pick six to Duke Riley. I told y'all. Things stand out. It really, what people say on Twitter doesn't necessarily bug me a whole lot. But every now and then, man, there's some chirping that really will activate me. And yesterday, was it yesterday or 2 days ago? When people were mad that I reported to his pick six, just like every other reporter did. I had people in my mention saying he threw 4 touchdowns today. Why are you only mentioning the negative? You have your own agenda. First of all, bro, you're not going to tell me what happened at practice when I just watched the John for 2 hours. He didn't throw no 4 touchdowns. He threw 1 touchdown, in which, honestly, I said it was such a broken play that it looked like a walkthrough because I was under the assumption somebody had jumped off sides and the defense stopped playing. That's why I didn't.
Barry was quick to say, well, hey, that's the only interception he's thrown so far in the open practice.
Was the only interception he's thrown. And I said that. He's protected the ball. The offense hasn't been spectacular, but he's protected the ball. He's made smart decisions. Granted, and there's also, if we really want to nitpick, there have been some times where you see a DB pull up. You'll see him pull up and start jogging. He could have made it in a game. He could have made a play on a ball, or maybe if he was selling all out and going to full 100, then yeah, who knows? But as far as legitimate, the defender caught the pass. Yeah, Tua's only throwing 1. As a matter of fact, I think we've only seen 4. The others are from Bridgewater and Thompson. But still, it's a pick six, man. It's significant. He doesn't do that often. It drives me nuts when people need a spoon fed, be spoon fed some positivity after taking their medicine. It's you need a shot and a chaser. I'm not gonna give you no chaser, bro. This is what happened.
All right. So what are you working on?
It blew my mind.
So what are you working on ESPN so our listeners can check you out, my friend?
Yeah, I've got a piece coming out about the front seven, the new rotation that they've built, how, it should engine the defense moving forward. I'm speaking with Brendan Scarlett and Rob Hunt and guys like that. What I was fascinated about is we might be saying, okay, when they throw the pads on, things are going to be different. Rob Hunt was like, look, man, what you see is what you kind of are getting right now. Like, it's not really going to be all that different when pads go on. Guys are still out there popping and hitting, even without that protective equipment. So he said it speaks to the level of competition and how hard guys are trying to go at this time of year. So I'm interested in seeing that develop. I can't wait to get back to Baptist Health Training Complex in July and really start to see this come together and really start to, report things of substance. But I'm headed out to the West Coast tomorrow. Got my little brother's graduation out in Oregon. So I'm going to take some time away from all of this and take a couple more trips over the next month or so and, fully recharge so that we're right back to the grind come end of July.
Follow him on Twitter at Marcel_LJ. Catch his work there at ESPN. Marcel, as always, thank you for taking some time, my friend. We will definitely catch up next week.
Of course, man. Thanks for having me.
You got it. There you go. Don't forget, myedgedrink.com, the best energy drink on the planet. It is delicious, smooth, zero aftertaste, and you can get 10% off your delivery anywhere, man. Just go to myedgedrink.com. Support the great people that support our show, Edge Energy Drink, myedgedrink.com. Big ow for a little 10% off. All right, let's get ready. Hour number 4, David Dwork. Talk a little hockey next.
You now have the edge on the Miami Dolphins with the Edge Energy Drink Miami Dolphins Report featuring ESPN's Marcel Louis-Jacques. Get the energy drink that's delicious and smooth with zero aftertaste. You can only order Edge Energy Drink at myedgedrink.com. That's myedgedrink.com. For over 25 years, South Floridians have counted on Tommy B. Butts Jr. Enterprises for their roofing needs. In South Florida, we battle the sweltering heat, rain, winds, and all kinds of tropical storms. That's why when it comes to protecting your family, home, or business, call Tommy B. Butts Jr. Enterprises.com. 954-735-9826 or 954-394-1411 and ask to speak to Tommy, the owner. They specialize in all kinds of roofs. All work fully guaranteed with the customer's complete satisfaction. A+ rated member of the Better Business Bureau. Licensed and insured. There's no buts about it. When your roof needs repair or replacement, go to Tommy B. Butts Jr. Enterprises.com. A certified whitening contractor.
Why is it that you get locked out in the worst moments of your life?
Where are my car keys? Man, I can't find my house keys.
In those frustrating moments, you need a locksmith you can count on. A. Lenny Locksmiths in South Florida, from Miami to Port St. Lucie. In Central Florida, A. Lenny locks it down in Orlando and Tampa Bay. Lockouts or lock changes for home or business. Car key replacements and programming all model cars. 24-hour service. Call them at 855-869-5625. Go to the website at alennylocksmith.com.
Welcome to Red Light Therapy, a revolutionary technology perfected by NASA to aid in muscle strengthening and recovery. Red and infrared light has the capacity to penetrate deep into the cell's mitochondria, potentially leading to increased energy, faster recovery, and the optimal performance your body demands. Train, fight, recover.
Time for the Lockdown segment with Florida Panthers insider David Dwork. This lockdown is brought to you by A. Lenny Locksmith Services. Count on them 24 hours a day. Go to the website at alennylocksmith.com. Here's WPLG Local 10 insider David Dwork.
All right, we are back. There he is. It is time to lock it down. Oh, he dropped. Okay. Let's get him back on again. All right, we'll get David Dwork on, and we'll talk all things Okie with him. Not a lot of stuff going on hockey-wise, but, we got a couple things. Yes, there we go. There we go. He is back. There we go. There he is. Yeah, he's on the road too. He's on with the family. He's out on the road. Yes, he is. There he
Yeah,
is.
me. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you, bro. Where you at? Which park you at today?
I am at Hollywood Studios right now, hanging out by Toy Story Land.
Okay. All right. Nice. There you go.
Yeah.
Family's
having fun.
I love how our insiders will check in from all over wherever they're at. So it's just fantastic. It's great. First of all, the Avalanche, bro. I think they're for real, right? Maybe. Could be, right?
Yeah, you think?
Holy crap, dude. Man. Or nothing. Oilers didn't have a
It's
shot.
a nice example. No, it shows you like a team that can dominate during the regular season can also play their game during the postseason. Granted, they didn't run into the back-to-back defending Stanley Cup champs, but it would give me hope as a Panther fan to see a team that was so dominant during the regular season also doing their thing during the postseason. Would make me think, well, maybe the Panthers can figure out how to do that too.
Yeah, and I know George mentioned that on Tuesday. The conference also is weaker, so they have even though nobody's taking anything away from Colorado, but at the same time they're also saying, well, their road there is not as hard as it is in the East, and that I got to go with. Now, tonight we've got Game 5, right? I believe, tonight we have Game 5. We got it tied up. Lightning did their job, and they got it tied up now. What did you see different in those two games from the Lightning now getting back on track?
Well, I mean, their goaltender turned into the otherworldly non-human being that we've seen him be during the postseason. He struggled a little. The team as a whole kind of looked a little not like themselves during the first two games at Madison Square Garden. The first game, they were just a step slower. The second game, they looked a little tentative. Game 3 at home, you really saw them lock things in, even when they fell behind 2-0. You didn't have that sense of concern with Tampa that they weren't going to be doing what they do at home. And they certainly did. Vasilevsky became his usual self. And now we got ourselves a series, though, because, as Tampa's shown, home ice advantage doesn't really matter much to them. They can win home, away, whatever. And now you've got this monumental Game 5 tonight. And then either team could take it. I mean, you've got two teams with maybe the best two goalies in the entire league right now, best goalies in the entire world. So for me, I'm excited to watch. I'm a goalie. I love it. It's like hockey porn for me.
I'm with you. Now, who do you like from this point on? Because look, I picked Tampa, and I wanted to be Tampa, and not because of the New York thing in Miami and all that. Not really that. I love the drama of them going for the third, and if they can win the third against a team like the Avalanche, then that becomes, a dynasty-like way that it's something that you got to be really, really impressed with. Plus, I think Colorado and Tampa bring a lot of, I know New York and the market and all that stuff, but Tampa, man, has been that champion the last 2 years. I'd like to see them. I'm sticking with Tampa on this one. Where are you at right now after it's tied up and now that we got a 3-game set?
I'm ride or die with Tampa at this point. Until somebody knocks them off and proves that they can beat Tampa, I'm not choosing against them. After what I've seen them do, how I've seen that team and their ability to switch the way they play, to change their style, to just adapt during the postseason, and to overcome adversities. I mean, we forget Braden Point, one of their most crucial players, hasn't played since the first round, and they haven't really skipped a beat. So until I see somebody knock them off, there's no way I'm picking against Tampa. And I'm talking final all the way through, as good as Colorado has been. It's just hard to choose against a team that's that deep, that has that good coaching, and the goaltending. It's beyond. It's a capital X factor. It's a triple X factor. Talking about hockey porn, it's just Tampa's unreal right now.
It's funny because last year, because of the injury, and then they got the guy back, and then all of a sudden now you're overloaded and you've got too much because you were able to take advantage of the rule. Well, this year now they're playing with less because they lost Point, and they're still overcoming that. So it shows you the greatness of that franchise, which is just flat out impressive. All right, do we have a timeline for the Panthers? Because I almost feel like you already fired Andrew Burnett. You're just not telling us. Because why would you take this long to tell us that you're keeping him?
I don't know if there is a timeline. I have been starting to get murmurs that those wheels are in motion. I'm still haven't gotten the gist, to be honest, in terms of from the team standpoint, one way or another, which way it's leaning. They've been very tight-lipped to this point, and that's kind of been kind of the way the Bill Zito front office is run.
But that's
that's what I was going to say. Like in that message, they know what they have in Bruno. How long would it take them to evaluate whether they like him better than another option? And I've said I thought that he deserved a chance just based on where the team is headed in their direction. But to your point, it does make me wonder if they were going to go that route. Wouldn't we have heard something by now? And perhaps not. Perhaps they're just doing the due diligence, which we know Zito and his crew is going to do. They're very meticulous in their decision making. I would think that we're going to find something out sooner rather than later. But I do agree with you. Not saying I know anything, but I do agree that it may be telling that we haven't heard something to this point in terms of the Bruno comeback.
Well, here's the thing about this. If you really like your coach and you really want your coach, you don't leave him out hanging like this in public. And that's what you're doing. So if you're doing that, then that tells me you're moving on. You're just waiting for your ducks are in a row so you could get that done, so then you can dispatch this guy. Because just in case it doesn't work out and you can't get what you want, then Bruno might be your backup plan. And so that's kind of that's kind of what I'm getting from the Panthers. Because, dude, if he was your guy, you would have like let me tell you something. They win the Stanley Cup right there and then in that locker room. They would have said, "Hey, by the way, guys, Bruno's back. Don't worry. Don't even bother. Don't even bother. He's coming back." But because of this, it just tells me, it just puts doubt in my mind. I don't know.
Yeah,
30.
I'm with you. I still think in my gut, if I had to make a call at this point, I still think that Bruno's their guy. Just because of the lack of action on the open market to this point, like you're not really hearing anything in terms of them doing much poking around. And as I said, they're really good about keeping things secret. I could be totally wrong, but when I look down at my gut, the giant thing that's growing down there, for me, it feels like without Bruno, it'd be a big shakeup. And I don't know if they want to go through a big shakeup right now. So that's just where my gut tells me.
Yeah, that one is that's just a strange story the way that's being handled. I think they're moving on from the guy, unfortunately for him. But I kind of get it. Now let me ask you: are you hearing about any other teams interviewing the coaches that are available, or does everybody wait till after the Cup so they don't take away any headlines?
I think in terms of you're talking about like free agent coaches and other teams. No, teams for sure. Teams are starting. I don't think that there's been any official interviews out yet. I don't know if that process starts until the Cup final ends. I mean, you can see that teams are getting their ducks in a row right now. Like, we just saw Boston got rid of Bruce Cassidy, which was a bit of a surprise. So there are some big names out there, and they're available. I don't know how long teams are going to wait. Honestly, Orlando, I haven't heard anything about any interviews. I don't know if there's a rule that they have to wait until the season ends. I don't think there is. But
it might be one of those unwritten things. It might be one of those unwritten things, like, hey, respect the game and listen, everybody's got their business, but let's wait till the Cup is over so we give them the spotlight that they deserve. And that's why I ask you, because I don't really hear about other teams signing a new coach or something like that. So I'm wondering if there's this thing where they kind of want to respect the game and the Cup at the moment. That's why I ask.
Yeah, no, it's a great question. I feel like I need to look it up. If I was sitting at my laptop, I'd be Googling it right now and trying to figure out. But I mean, either way, with the conference finals about to wrap up, I would expect those dominoes starting to fall sooner rather than later. I guess we'll get an answer whether the teams wait till the end of the season or not, because at this point, I think there's 7 teams with an opening and another 3 or 4 that had interim coaches that need just to make decisions. So there may be a lot of names on the market, but that's not going to stay that way very long.
All right, you working with fast passes today?
Oh, we got the lightning lane going strong.
Okay, right. It's called lightning there. Yes. Okay, exactly. All right.
Whatever it's called, we made sure we got that going. Right now, our next one is one of the Star Wars, the Smuggler's Run or Snuggler's Run or whatever my wife was calling it. So that's next up after we have lunch.
I hate you. I haven't done the Star Wars thing yet. I've been dying to do it.
Well, you got to get up here, man. It's just a hop, skip, and a jump away.
I know, but I've been kind of waiting till like this whole stupid thing is over, so I can go like normal, like what you're doing now.
Yeah.
So yeah, I didn't
Yeah,
want
it's crazy packed.
I didn't want to go back to these amusement parks with limitations. I want to experience it like I've experienced it my whole life. You know what I mean? So
The
enjoy,
only
my brother.
limitations are the lines right now, man.
Yeah, but you got that lightning pass, baby. That's it. So that means you're staying in one of the hotels too, right? It's kind of the requirement too, right?
No, we got annual passes.
Oh, there you go. Nice.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Very nice.
Come on,
Good
man.
move.
It's in our backyard.
him
You
on
got to take
Twitter.
advantage.
Damn right. Follow him on Twitter at David Dwork. Catch him doing his thing here every week, locking it down with our LennyLocksmith.com Panthers segment. And of course, Chirping the Cats podcast and at WPLG. When is the next podcast?
The next podcast is not scheduled as of yet. Right
Okay.
now, I'm just you talk about always on the run, working while we're on the road. I was actually texting a couple sources while I was in line for Mickey's Railroad earlier, trying to kind of get a little bit of insight into the coaching situation. But no podcast planned at the moment. The next one will probably be in the next couple of weeks as the coaching situation. We get close to the free agency and all that starts to shake out.
Yep. That'll be big news, and we'll have all of that. We'll cover it with both guys, with George and David, every week here on the program. David, as always, appreciate you, my brother. Enjoy the family. Enjoy the amusement park.
Yes, sir. Be well. Talk to you next week.
You got it. May the force be with you. There you go. The Dworkster. He's got the force. He's got the force. He's going on a canyon run now. He's going to take out the Death Star. It's a beautiful thing. Got to take out the Death Star. By the way, that was funny how the Warriors were acting after the game about the Celtic fans. Like, seriously? Like, what is wrong with you people? We know what's wrong with the Boston people. That's why it's Boston. When you go there, they're going to act like that. You go to Philadelphia, they're going to act like morons. They will tear down their city after they win. That's kind of what they do. They were the first team that they built a jail cell at the Vet. The new stadium doesn't have it, I think. But the old stadium had it. That's all you need to know. There's certain places. If you're going to a Giants and a Dodgers game, you may not want to wear Dodger stuff at the Giant Stadium. You may not want to wear Giant stuff at the Dodger Stadium. Why? These people are maniacs. They will put you in a coma. How are you surprised at the behavior of the Boston Celtic fans? Oh, and here's the best part. They were like, oh, you're real classy Boston fans. Like, Boston fans all of a sudden are going to be embarrassed and they're going to act, like ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, they've never played in Boston before?
It's like, yes.
It's the first time Golden State has traveled to Boston? Like somebody was like, I think it was Draymond, right? His kid was there?
Yeah. Like what? Why'd you bring your kids to a Boston Celtics game?
Have you not heard the Boston kids? They were probably some of the ones yelling.
Yes, guaranteed. Your mom's a whore in the park. That's just what's going to happen. That's a 7-year-old saying that. But that's Boston. You're going to go to a Red Sox-Yankees series, and you think it's going to be cordial? You think Yankee fans are going to treat Boston fans or players like with kindness? Like, what world did the Warriors wake up in? They acted like a bunch of sensitive millennials or Generation Zs. You ever seen those people? Oh, my God. Grab a millennial or Generation Z and tell them they did something wrong. And, oh, my God, you ruined their attitude for like the next 6 years. Tell a millennial or a Generation Z they got to work a little harder, and oh my God, they will lose it. I can't work hard. It will mess up the karma of my life. Generation Z's. So I'm telling you, they acted just like that.
Well, I think they wanted to take it off of how bad they played, right? So now they deflect it.
That's not the people you want to deflect it to.
Why not?
They're going to feed off of that.
Oh no, they are. It's going to be even worse now.
You
but I mean,
just threw logs. No, you didn't throw logs on the fire.
You threw gas.
You threw gas.
Yeah.
You threw airplane gas.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you threw about the most flammable thing in the world to the Bostonians.
And then especially after the play Draymond did, was it the game before or 2 games before? Pulling the
No,
shorts
it was the game
down?
before.
The
It was the game before,
right?
yeah.
I mean, come on. What'd you expect?
Yeah. Vasilevsky has become the human wall again. Yep. San Francisco, D.C., Browns, Atlanta, Coach McDaniel implemented this offense, mentored by Shanahan, Kubicek, LeFleur, Quinn, McVay, went to 2 Super Bowls. His O has 2 parts, wide zone run and West Coast pass. Money. But they make it sound like they don't have fans acting like that in California. Yeah, you're right. You're right. The Northern California fans are just as bad or worse. They put people in comas. Oh no, yeah, they act as disgusting. They actually, I will say this. I might say the West Coast fans act more like the Philly fans physically. The Boston fans aren't like the physical maniacs that the Sixers, or not the Sixers, the Eagles fans are. Like the Eagles fans will literally kill you if you're wearing another jersey. Literally. And that's kind of what they do in San Francisco also. They're kind of animals like that also. So you're right. That's a very good point. Who brought that up? 6193. 6193, that's strong on your part. You rarely have good points. That was one of them. He's bringing it strong today. 6193 is bringing it strong today. All right, we got to thank David Dwork, Marcel Louis-Jacques, Alan Poupart, Anthony Chang, of course, Scott Fox, Paul, all the great people out here at Tortugas. And by the way, we're going to be back here at Flagler Beach. We'll be here all week and all through Monday, but we'll be broadcasting live again tomorrow, 10 to 1. I mean, today was 10 to 1, but it's 1:26. And then tomorrow we'll be out here 10 to 1. And then Monday we'll be back. Will be our final day here, 10 to 1. And so we'll be out here all weekend long. Would love to meet you. So if you live or work somewhere in this northern part of Florida and you want to come on by, join us here on Friday, tomorrow, or Monday. Eddie, thank you, sir. Alan's out there somewhere with his lovely lady. Appreciate those of you that came by to say hi. And, of course, thank the great people out here at Tortugas, making it nice and easy for us, man. Yes, sir. It is time now to eat some great food at Tortugas. That's what we're going to do now because I have not eaten anything. Well, you know me. I kind of do my fasting thing. So we haven't eaten right now. It's 1:30. I have not eaten since... No, it's like 6:30, 7 o'clock last night. Yeah. 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 Oh, I didn't go for Chick-fil-A this morning. I didn't go for Chick-fil-A. I don't even know if there's a Chick-fil-A here. I don't know. Oh, where's Eddie? Did Eddie leave? Eddie, is there a Chick-fil-A around here? Do they have Chick-fil-A's here? They do. Oh, they have Chick-fil-A's. Nice. Does Whataburger come out this far east? Because I know it's in Tallahassee. Jacksonville? Okay. All right. And wait a minute. One of those concerts might be in Jacksonville. Yeah. So all I want to do is have some fun. Sheryl Crow. A little Whataburger and a Sheryl Crow. Damn, boy. That is awesome right there. Eat some crow. We will leave it at that. We will see you tomorrow at 10 a.m. Same time, same place, same bat channel.
This is the Big O Show. This old show.